All right, everybody. It is now 1:24 in the morning. Some of you may be joining us. Some folks probably still asleep. Kenzie says she's still wide awake. And we do have severe thunderstorm warnings already taking shape around town. Just got a report from a Witcher Weather Watcher that they're getting hammered in Oneida right now. I do have Chris Hahn, a Witcher Weather Watcher, that we will be showing you his live camera as he's out and about in Morgan County. And so we'll be talking much more about that coming up here in just a few minutes as well. And we do have a live look there from Hardin Valley showing you the storm system that's taking shape. And we'll probably start to see some lightning showing up there in just a little bit. So definitely strap in. Now, here's the deal. I do think that we are going to see, while we are going to see severe storms still move their way through the area, this may transition into just a wind event. And so we'll see how it all plays out. First things first, let's talk about the warnings that we have taken shape here around town so far. So Campbell County, you're under severe thunderstorm warning. This runs until 1:45 in the morning, and that also clips down into Claiborne County as well as parts of southern Scott County. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Scott County that also runs until 1:45, and that extends a little bit further to the south into Morgan County. We'll take a little closer view here in a second. And Fentress County is also under a severe thunderstorm warning that runs until 1:30. So that should be allowed to expire here shortly. It is currently 1:26. So, of course, I can't keep you up to date on exactly every city in town, but fire away on the questions and grab a cup of coffee if you're still awake with me, or maybe a Red Bull. But again, places like Obed was scenic, the Wild and Scenic River area, that's the storm's over that area right now. It's going to be moving its way into the Ombre area at 128, Pleasant Hill 128, Caryville about 129, Jack Sparrow 129, Fincastle 129, and Elizabeth also at about 129. So it's moving on into the area. So let's get rid of that. And now let's go ahead and take you right to the radar. So there's the closer view. We got Interstate 75 right there in the center of your screen, running north and south. From Jellicoe. So Jellicoe, you're getting ready to get hit pretty hard. We got a new skit that's showing up right now. That storm motion coming in out of the Winfield area has a 90% chance of hail. It is tracking to the east, but this whole storm system's moving to the east-southeast at about 45 to 47 miles per hour. Hail could be upwards of 3/4 inch diameter, and it has a BTI, a Barron Tornado Index, of a 4.4. So that is on the elevated side. This goes from 0 to 10, the BTI does. 4.4 is still below the threshold of half, obviously, but definitely getting up there. Now, we have had confirmed tornado warnings and confirmed tornadoes in Kentucky. I just posted a photo on my Facebook page about a storm, a tornado that moved its way through Somerset, Kentucky, and made a massive destruction in Somerset, Kentucky. That was a tornado-warned storm for a long time. It came out of Middleton, out of central Kentucky, and it was tracked on the ground for a long time. It was a confirmed tornado. Now, that was into Kentucky. Here in East Tennessee, we're still talking about severe thunderstorms, and the National Weather Service now continues to post the severe thunderstorm warnings. That I will definitely keep you up to date on that. Now, again, highlighting what's going on around the area. Let me just give you general storm motion with this, so you have an idea of how this is all playing out. And you can see how the storm itself is moving its way to the south and southeast. We have some discrete cells showing up now, starting to push their way into Cumberland County. So some showers and thunderstorms out ahead of the main line that continue to work their way to the south and southeast. And that's going to be the story. It's going to be in and move out pretty quickly. And if you have any reports that you want to pass along, by all means, pass those along on chat. I'll try to give you, try to pass along the information to everybody as best as I can. Let's see. Yeah, Somerset, Kentucky got hit by a huge tornado. Are we all going to get some sleep here in East Tennessee, says Crystal. Yeah, we will get some sleep here in the next couple of hours. But again, it does appear at this point of the game, the tornado threat's still there. Remember, we have a tornado watch in effect until 4 o'clock in the morning. And so we still have the potential of seeing tornadoes. We've got 1, 2, 3 severe thunderstorm warnings that are taking shape right now. And we'll see what the National Weather Service says. Severe, has been upped to, so the severe potential in these storms have been up to about 70 mile per hour winds possible out of these storms. So again, damaging wind is going to be the main threat out of these storms through the overnight hours, but isolated tornadoes and torrential rain leading to flooding and flash flooding can't be ruled out as well. Let's see. National Weather Service also talking about not sure how much of this is actually reaching the ground. Reports of trees down in the Winfield area at this hour. So again, we've already had reports of trees down in the Winfield area. So we'll come back up to Oneida, Scott County. So that's where Beth, one of the Witcher weather watchers, was in Oneida and saying they're getting hammered real hard. Now this is moving its way into Jellicoe, Elk Valley, Pioneer, Habersham, and Clearfield. So if you're joining us from those communities and those counties, heads up. The possibility of upwards of 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts associated with that storm could be moving its way on through. Maybe make sure I'm on the correct radar here. Okay, I am. I'm on the National Weather Service's radar in Morristown. I've got a strong cell moving its way into the Elgin area. Winds are upwards, so it's got a BTI of a 3.3. Hail is less than a half an inch in diameter and a 60% chance of that. And the storm itself, the storm motion, is at about 56 miles per hour. So that's Elgin now, Robbins at 133, Slick Rock at 138, Smoky Junction 146, Pioneer at 150, Caryville 154, Jacksboro 157, and the Y right around 2 o'clock this morning, based on that latest skit from the Doppler radar. Again, a little bit further to the south, we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings for Fentress County or Morgan County or even Cumberland County. Cumberland County right now has a special weather statement that does run until 2 o'clock this morning for Cumberland County, and that stretches back into Middle Tennessee, because if you actually switch over to the radar in Nashville, you see how we still have some strong storms down towards Smyrna, south of Nashville, moving along Highway 60, Interstate 65 and Interstate 24. And so if we loop that over the last 30 minutes, you can see the motion of that. So we have a southeasterly, southwesterly to northeasterly orientation of the storm system, but the whole system is sliding off to the east and southeast. And again, we'll have to watch out for some of these cells out ahead of the main line, because we do have a primed atmosphere. And so a tornado warning could pop up at any moment. And the National Weather Service is obviously watching that very closely. Let's see. So the National Weather Service has just expired. So we now currently have only one severe thunderstorm warning for Claiborne County, Campbell County, and Scott County that runs until 1:45 this morning. So other than that, that's the only warnings we have, along with a special weather statement for Fentress and also Cumberland County that runs until 2 o'clock this morning. So let's hope that this plays out this way for the rest of the night, and we just have some strong gusty winds, some heavier rain, and no tornadoes. That is going to be the hope here for the rest of the night tonight. As long as we have severe thunderstorm warnings, I'll keep going. But if we lose some of those severe thunderstorm warnings and it just turns into a heavy rain event, I'll let you go to bed. Just know that it's going to be rocking and rolling for a few minutes, and that should be about the extent of it. I do want to go ahead and bring Chris to the conversation. And Chris, I don't know if you want to talk at all, but he's a Witcher weather watcher, so we're going to take his camera full. He's joining us now from Morgan County. A little bit of light rain. Whoa, look at that lightning strike there, Chris. You want to go ahead? Do you want to talk?
Yeah, sure. No
All
worries.
right, so tell us what you've been doing, where you are, how's it going? Of course, you are now just to the south and east of the main line at this time. Take it away, bud.
Yeah. It's been quiet. We headed up from West Knox County about an hour ago. It's spitting rain here. Nothing exciting, but getting big lightning bolts every once in a while. A little cloud to cloud lightning happening. Quiet here, but looking on the radar, it looks like we might get a little rocking event here fairly soon.
Yeah, so you can see the radar. I put the radar up on the screen too, so people could see what that looks like. Again, let me just zoom into where Chris is. He's in Morgan County, so he's in Wartburg. That's going to be in the center of your screen on the radar picture, so that give you a better idea exactly where Chris is. And again, he's going to be safe, but he's also going to be traveling and tracking these storms for us here on East Tennessee Weather. So make sure you stick with us, and we'll keep you up to date. Lots of lightning showing up with that, Chris.
Yeah, it's picked up just here in the last couple minutes since you went live.
And I think that's really going to be the story here as we progress through the rest of the evening hours. And again, I think we're going to have a lot of lightning. So let me put on our lightning. We got 31 lightning strikes so far in this vantage point on this view that I'll bring back up on screen here in just a moment. Let's see if we can't get that up there for you. But again, what's your plan for the rest of the night? Are you going to hang out in Morgan County? Are you going to travel a little bit?
I think the plan is we're going to hang here, and when we get a little little excitement. We're going to head down 62 back towards Oak Ridge, West Knox County. Kind of depends on where these storms end up tracking, but we thought that that might be a good path for now. If they stay north, we'll stay north and kind of follow along where we can, and see what we can see.
All right. Well, you got your live camera there, so we'll be coming back to you every once in a while. But again, only one severe thunderstorm warning right now, which I think we can all be thankful for that at this point of the game, because of course we don't want any more severe storms. But we have a lot of rain on the way, and I think that's the other side of the story is potential flooding and flash flooding is going to continue to exist as some of these rainfall rates are fairly impressive, which of course I'll show you some of those rainfall rates here. When you look at the rainfall rates and we kind of highlight that for you, we are seeing anywhere from 6 to about 7 inches per hour. And again, realize that even though the whole line is moving its way to the southeast, generally speaking, we still have a southwest to northeast motion in the rain. And so many of you are going to get pounded for quite some time until the actual storm moves its way southeast out of your area. And that's the concern. So now are we talking about 60, 70 mile per hour winds? We've got a saturated ground, and now we're talking about torrential downpours for the rest of the night tonight. Let's see. Thundering out in Oliver Springs. Thanks, Kinsey. I appreciate that. And let's see. Kay was posting on social media just a little bit ago. I think you said your cousin's house in Kentucky was destroyed. I believe that's what you said on social media from the tornado. All right. Charlene's asking a question. She says, I'm sorry, I'm just joining. Don't be sorry. What are we looking at for West Knoxville in West Knox County? It's going to be a little bit, but we do have some showers and thunderstorms already starting to show up in the West Knoxville area. Let's get that back in. So just outside of Farragut. And let's get that up here. So right now we've got some scattered showers from Petros to Dearmont, Oakdale to Pine Orchard and Deerwood, moving its way up towards Frost. And again, those are moving to the north and east. Got some showers and thunderstorms from Caravel to Jacksboro. So La Follette, you'd be next in line. The main line and the main concern is right over Huntsville, Elgin, moving its way just north of Slick Rock over Pioneer, Elk Valley. So right now, places like Elk Valley, we are getting rainfall rates again upwards of about 6-7 inches per hour. Same with you folks in and around the Pioneer area. And so that's going to be that torrential rain that we will continue to highlight here this through the overnight hours. That could be a concern. But again, you combine all that with the saturated ground and the strong winds, and that's going to be the biggest concern from here on out. All right, let's take a look at the velocity products. We don't really have much spin showing up in the atmosphere so far. And so that's great news to pass along. We'll look at the shear product. And yeah, we do have some spin showing up in the shear product, but it's not too concerning at this hour, which is good. What we look for in this product is notice in Kentucky how we have the reds starting to show up. And when you see the reds, that starts to show a little bit of a stronger rotation. We don't really have that taking shape right now in East Tennessee. And then you start to look for an S shape in this product. And once we start to see that S shape and the red starting to show up, we know we have a lot of spin in the atmosphere, at which point we'd switch over to velocity to see actually what the Doppler radar is seeing inside of it. Now, when we look at the hail, the good thing is we really don't have a whole lot of hail showing up in East Tennessee as well. Had some hail up towards Winfield, where, of course, we have had reports of some trees down and some damage already. And we're also going to be looking at storms coming in out of Middle Tennessee off of Highway 24, Interstate 24 anyways, between Winchester and Dunlap, as those storms are starting to look a little bit on the interesting side at this hour. But again, no spin showing up there. We'll switch down to our south and southwest, and we'll have to watch out for those storms just off to our south and west, and we'll look at those as we switch over to the radar product out of Nashville. And again, the heaviest rain from Franklin to Smyrna, just south of Lebanon, moving its way towards Carthage. And that would also work its way back over towards Livingston, Cookeville, and then eventually here into East Tennessee from Fentress County to Morgan and also into Cumberland County. All right, Jorge. Jorge's watching from the bedroom. Many of you probably are already in bed. Let's see. Joe says, really appreciate you, Mike. May I ask when and what we can expect in the Maryville, Alcoa area? Y'all stay safe. Joe, yeah. So, again, not much going on right now in Maryville at all. Already have some scattered showers starting to show up in Roane County, Anderson, and parts of West Knoxville, but nothing severe at this point of the game. We have some showers in Jefferson City, and we're starting to see a little bit of light rain across parts of northern Union County and starting to work its way into Claiborne County as well from Harrogate to Tazewell. But that's about the extent of it there. Let me switch over to the Morristown radar here, give us a better idea. All right, good solid downpours now showing up in West Knoxville at the East Tennessee Weather Center where I am located. But again, that's really going to be the story. We talked about this throughout the day, how we are going to see some torrential downpours. Wind-driven rain is going to be the story. All right, National Weather Service just issued a new severe thunderstorm warning. There it is. All right, so that's going to include Campbell County, Claiborne, Knox, Scott, Union, Anderson, Morgan, Granger, and Hancock County. So here is the latest severe thunderstorm warning that just got issued by the National Weather Service. This now runs until 2:30 in the morning. It is now 1:40, so for just under an hour, we're going to see a severe thunderstorm warning. So that's what I was talking about. The National Weather Service is going to highlight these storms and really warn well ahead of them. Why? Because they're moving at a good clip, 45 to 55 miles per hour or so. With that storm now, that severe thunderstorm warning they just issued, we could see hail up into about 1 inch in diameter and 60 mile per hour winds. We'll give you an idea of the communities that are going to be involved in that and what they say with that warning. So severe thunderstorm warning for those counties. It runs until 2:30 in the morning. At 1:39, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Fonda and near Jacksboro to 8 miles north of Wartburg. 8 miles north of Wartburg, moving east at 45 miles per hour. We're talking about the hazards of strong gusty winds upwards of 60 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. It is radar indicated at this point of the game. But of course, hail damage can do damage to vehicles and roofs and siding and trees, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Locations impacted in that: Rugby, Howard Quarter, I should say, Arthur, Smoky Junction, Buffalo Springs. Let's see, we got Cove Lake State Park, Royal Blue, White Oak, Joppa, and Halls. Let's see, this also includes Interstate 75 between mile markers 114 and 153. So that's the latest severe thunderstorm warning from the National Weather Service. And I think, there's another one. So now, let's see, a new severe thunderstorm warning for Scott County. Let's see, we've got Hawkins, Claiborne County, Hawkins County, as well as Hancock County. So again, like I said, they're going to be warning way ahead of these storms to give folks a big lead on these storms. And I think that's amazing that what they're doing. Super smart as well, because it's the middle of the night. We want to keep people up to date and give them as many warnings as we can. So again, that warning runs until 2:45 in the morning for, again, Hawkins and Hancock County, as well as parts of Claiborne County. And then back further to the west and southwest, we've got Claiborne County until 2:30, Granger County, Union, northern Knox County, as well as Anderson County, and then stretches all the way back to Scott and Morgan County. So what you're looking at on the bottom right-hand side of the screen is a live camera from Witcher Weather Watcher. That's Chris, and he's driving down the road. So, Chris, you want to chime in and tell us what you're doing and where you're going?
Yeah, we got tired of sitting still late and need to get some movement, but we're heading down 62, Highway 62, back towards Oak Ridge. Not sure if we'll intercept, but there's the lightning's picking up, just light rain still, and so trying to get back down that way. It sounded like it looked like on the radar that maybe it was moving a little further south than where we were. So just trying to see what we can see at this point. Not sure that we're going to see anything severe, but we're definitely keeping our eyes open and just heading back towards Oak Ridge at this point.
So you're traveling south towards the Oak Ridge community, is that right?
Southeast, yes.
Southeast. Awesome. All right, well, we'll keep your camera up and running while we continue to talk about the radar. And again, we've had severe weather. I mean, this storm, as advertised, produced quite a bit of tornado activity across parts of Kentucky. We had numerous confirmed tornadoes out of Kentucky. And that does include, of course, our neighbors just to the north of us out of Somerset. So thoughts and prayers to all those folks into Kentucky who have already been affected by it, or family and friends that have been affected by it. Remember that you can track all these with the East Tennessee Weather app. You can, hopefully you're tuning in. I see a lot of you are on YouTube or also Facebook. If you want to comment, you got to come over to YouTube and Facebook. If you want to stay on the East Tennessee Weather app, by all means, you can just stay attuned to exactly what's going on in our area as we continue to track what's going on for the rest of the night tonight. And we have quite a few people joining us on the East Tennessee Weather app right now. So thanks for joining to stay on top of the situation. This is going to take a while. And so folks joining us from, say, Morristown or Johnson City or Newport or even downtown Knoxville, Maryville, Kingston, Athens, Dayton, Crossville, Loudoun County, this is going to take a while. And the good news is that we don't have a ton of rotation showing up so far and no tornado warnings so far. But let's see. Okay, let's see what they say. National Weather Service is talking. Okay, so we don't have any tornado tags on these severe thunderstorm warnings, which is good news. We talked about that in my earlier broadcast that we would likely see some tornado tags. That means you have a severe thunderstorm warning that the National Weather Service is saying, hey, listen, it's got some rotation to it. It's not necessarily a tornado, or it should be a tornado warned storm. It's kind of like the difference between a special weather statement and also a severe thunderstorm warning. The special weather statement, not quite severe risk yet, but definitely strong and can cause quite a bit of destruction, but definitely not as strong as a tornado warning at this point of the game. So they're just going to keep it a regular severe thunderstorm warning right now for the counties highlighted there on the screen. We'll put that right there in the center of your screen. Again, we've got a Witcher Weather Watcher, Chris, that's going to be traveling. He's traveling towards the Oak Ridge area, so he's kind of traveling a little bit away from the main line, but he's going to keep us up to date on how things all plays out. And that's that screen, that live video that you see in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. We'll see if we see any lightning showing up with that as well. Speaking of which, I do want to show you what it looks like from Hardin Valley here at this hour, because we've got quite a bit of lightning showing up off in the distance. There it is. So again, we've got quite a bit of lightning showing up with the storm. We've got a radar loop also on the top left-hand side of the screen. I'm not quite sure why it's so small, but we'll try to change the size of that here in just a moment of time. Let's see if I can't get that. But again, a live look there from Hardin Valley and one of the East Tennessee weather cameras, where it is going to be, it's going to be a lightning show out there tonight. And that's pretty much what we can expect. I don't know why that's so small, but we'll just keep it right there. All right. So that's a live look there from Hardin Valley. We'll check some of the other East Tennessee weather cameras, see if we see anything else going on. Nothing showing up in downtown Clinton so far, but we will see some. Let's see, downtown Clinton. So Clinton, you are under severe thunderstorm warning right now. This is a live view from downtown Clinton. That's pointed off. Let me switch the view on that camera, see if we can't switch the direction on that. And you have to bear with me as I am doing this as a solo, but we will move that camera so we can get a better view off to the east. Looking, let's see, we need to look. There we go. Let's move that camera. Now let that focus a little bit and see if we can't get a better view of some of the lightning. That's being blasted out, isn't it? Let me zoom all the way out. There we go. There we go. We'll leave that view right there because that's going to be the direction that the storms are going to be coming. So now you can see the lightning showing up off in the distance from downtown Clinton. So that's looking, there we go. There's a good lightning show showing up in Clinton right now. So again, we only have, let's see, we've got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Just for those that may be just now tuning in, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning until 2:45 for Hawkins County, Hancock County, also Granger County until 2:30. We've got Claiborne County until 2:30, Union County until 2:30, as well as northern Knox County. That does include Anderson County, so Lake City, Caryville, La Follette over into Campbell County. That does stretch all the way back into Scott County and parts of Morgan County. Anybody south of basically Interstate 40, there are no warnings at this point of the game. We do have special weather statements over into Middle Tennessee associated with those storms, and those storms are cranking quite a bit, heavy rain. And I think as these storms continue to feed over the same location over and over and over again, that's where we're going to see the flooding and flash flooding concerns. So I'm going to go back to the radar here and show you what's going on as I take a look at some of your questions. Let's see. Any questions out there? So the rain is beginning at UT Medical Center. I appreciate that, Martha. Wind, rain here in Sunbright right now. Thank you very much. The wind in Lansing. The wind here in Lansing is more than awful, says Mandy. I appreciate your report. Just started raining in Deer Lodge. So we've got some heavy rain there. Morgan County. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Morgan County right around Sunbright and Elizabeth. And that severe thunderstorm warning runs until 2:30. So there's the Morristown radar. So you can see the heavy rain from Lake City to Caryville. When you look at the rainfall rates out of this, we are seeing rainfall rates upwards of 7 inches, 6 to 7 inches per hour. And again, these are going to be rounds and rounds of rain and heavy rain on top of that in the same location. So again, no tornado warnings. We've got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings, and that is all we have so far. What about Scott County, Virginia? Scott County, Virginia also has a severe thunderstorm warning, I believe. Let's see. Let's get that off. So we got Lee County, Virginia, Scott County, Virginia, severe thunderstorm warning right now until 2:45. So there's the radar right now. So Scott County, Virginia, nothing so far, but notice the storm's back to your west. As we track that, it's going to be in Everts at 213, Jonesville at 214, and Pennington Gap at 219. To give you an idea of where those are going. You got a BTI of a 4.3, so that is a little bit more elevated. We definitely have to watch for the threat for an isolated spin up or tornado to form on that storm based on the BTI. So we'll switch over to our shear product. And the shear doesn't look too terribly impressive right now, but we are starting to get so all that green that you see on the map right there is showing rotation in the atmosphere. But nothing too concerning at this point of the game, but definitely something to watch. Getting good solid downpours here at the studio. I'm not at the station, I'm a studio. Let's see. Already heard thunder now in Morristown. Wind and a lot of lightning in Caryville. Just started to hear thunder. Thanks, Ursula. I appreciate that. Let's see. What is Sevierville expecting? I'm here traveling. Don't know what to expect. Well, I appreciate you joining us this evening, Emily. Welcome to East Tennessee, by the way. So Sevierville, so far so good. But of course, we have to watch all these storms slide their way. Let me give you a storm motion again. Well, here's a 30-minute radar loop. So this will give you an idea of how the storms are progressing. Notice that we have a lot of rain that's starting to pick up out ahead of the main line. We do have severe thunderstorm warnings just north of Interstate 40 right now. South of Interstate 40, we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings at this point of the game, but now we have a stronger cell starting to work its way through Farragut. So let's talk about this. This has a BTI of a 3.5. So again, our BTIs are elevated, but nothing too crazy so far. Let me go back to that. So for folks joining us from Knox County and Anderson County, whoa, we got a lot of lightning showing up now in downtown Clinton. So we've got places like Hardin Valley, Carnes, Farragut, Knoxville, Louisville, Wildwood. So Holston Hills, Strawberry Plains, heads up. We got a nice strong cell just off to your west. Got the possibility of a 1/2 inch diameter hail, so that's under severe criteria. Hail could be about 80%. And now we've got a dangerous storm that you just probably got with the East Tennessee Weather app. A dangerous storm is approaching my area, and so we got to watch for that. That's the one over Farragut and the Hardin Valley area and moving its way to the northeast. So Jefferson City, Douglas Lake, Dandridge, Bainbury, Morristown, all these are going to be sliding your direction. Farragut about 2 o'clock here this morning. Cedar Bluff 204, Ball Camp 204, Carnes at about 205. If it's at least the strongest part of the cell anyways. Let me zoom in a little bit closer for you. We got Rocky Hill 208, Bearden 210, and Airport Plaza at about 211. And so that's going to move just right over the airport area. Probably going to be just to the north of the airport as it tracks its way towards Fountain City, Holston Hills, Strawberry Plains, House Mountain, up towards Quarrington, Blaine, and also Halls. But no severe thunderstorm warning on that system right now. But I think the thing is notice how red the radar is. Remember, I talked earlier today how water loaded the atmosphere is. I mean, you all felt it. We all felt it all day today. It was super humid and super sticky. All right, let's go back to, let's take you back to downtown Clinton right now. That's a live look here in the downtown Clinton area. And again, look at the wind-driven rain showing up in downtown Clinton. A lightning show is taking shape right now. Remember, downtown Clinton, Lake City, Caryville, La Follette, you are all under a severe thunderstorm warning that does run until 2:30. And so this is going to be the story from here on out. We definitely need to watch for the rotation on these storms as we continue to progress through time. Wise County, Virginia, you have a severe thunderstorm warning as well. That stretches up towards southwest Virginia. So Kingsport, Rogersville, Sneedville. For Hancock County, and for Hawkins County, we do have that severe thunderstorm warning until 2:45. Again, the main line is back to our west. So let's go ahead and track this for you. And these storms are moving to the east at about 45 miles per hour. I'm just going to do a big old line here. Let's just do something like this. Let's go ahead and bring that up for you so you can see what's going on. All right, so the storm is moving at about 45 miles per hour. Let me change the timing on this. And we'll take it out 120 minutes. So then I'm going to take it out 2 hours to give you a better idea. So now this line that I just highlighted, there we go, gives you a little bit better idea. So we're talking Norris at 157. So right now, Tazewell 203, Pennington Gap 204, Jonesville 205, Raccoon Valley 209, Paulette at 210, Maynardville 210, and Luttrell at 221 as the main line is just to your west. So Union County, northern Knox County heads up. We got places right there along Pellissippi, that's Interstate 75 between the Norris exit, stretching down to the Clinton exit and down closer to downtown Knoxville. That's this line that will continue to work its way. Here's a 15-minute radar loop. So a 15-minute radar loop so you can kind of get an idea of how these storms are progressing. We've got a lot more moisture to our south and southwest. Once again, I'll switch back over to the radar over in Nashville. And so look at all the rain over towards southern middle Tennessee. That is all going to progress into our area. And so I do think that this is going to turn into a wind and a very heavy rain event that's going to lead to flooding and flash flooding concerns. So we'll see how this all takes shape here. When you look at the rainfall amounts that we've already seen, so accumulation. So we'll do our 6-hour accumulation. So you can already see that northern Fentress County has picked up upwards of half an inch of rainfall there, just north of Livingston, about 0.6 of an inch of rain. So again, not piling up so far, too much so far, but that definitely is going to be changing here as all these showers to our south and southwest will continue to pick up. Actually, I was on the wrong radar. And so we'll come over here and we'll do that. So that's the radar out of Nashville. Let's switch over to the radar out of Morristown. And we'll get a better idea of how this is all playing out. But again, I think this is the story. Heavy rain, strong gusty winds, down trees possible, saturated ground. And I think that's going to be the story with the possibility of some spin ups. And we've got one of those heavier showers right now. Okay, right now. So heads up, Maynardville. Let's see. Let's go Norris Lake, Maynardville, Paulette, Luttrell, Halls. It's right over Lake City right now. We've got this little Boeing segment that we need to watch here, right here on your screen. This is kind of progressing to the south and southeast. Watch as I loop this over the last 15 minutes. So watch how this kind of merges together. When it starts to bow out a little bit like that, that's a good sign that the upper level winds in the atmosphere are pushing the radar forward as the wind comes down to the ground. A little bit of a bowing with that. Again, not too terribly bad so far, but that is definitely something that is going to produce the possibility of some damaging wind gusts. So now we'll stop that. And let me swing over here. And we'll come over to the storm relative velocity. Let's go velocity. And we'll click on this. So some of those winds, 50 miles per hour, 57 mile per hour. Remember, 58 mile per hour or stronger is a severe thunderstorm. And that's what signifies a severe thunderstorm is winds greater than 58 miles per hour and or quarter-size hail. And I think those damaging winds are going to do a lot more damage as we anticipated and as we've been talking about. Storming in Hardin Valley. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate you. Let's see. It's thundering now in Whitesburg, Tennessee. Thanks, Shirley. I appreciate that. Let's see. Letitia, how is Deer Lodge looking? We are having a lot of rain and wind and lightning. And I think that's really going to be the story for Deer Lodge. So let me come back to Morgan County for you. So Morgan County, so Deer Lodge is... There we go. Deer Lodge is not under a severe thunderstorm warning, just wind-driven rain and very heavy rainfall there as well. So when you look at the precip rates over near Deer Lodge, again, we are talking about anywhere from, say, 2 to 4, 6, 7 inches per hour. And with the wind out there and the wind-driven rain, it is definitely going to make it pretty impressive for sure. But no severe thunderstorm warnings for Deer Lodge. We still have that severe thunderstorm warning for Sunbright, just on the tail end of that. Elizabeth, Petros. We got Stevens, Buffalo, Braytown, Charlie's Branch, Ombre, Lone Mountain, Slick Rock. That's all under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Up and down the I-75 corridor from basically the high school area, so just outside of Powell. What is that, about Raccoon Valley type area, all the way up towards Bethel and through Lake City into the Caryville area. Severe thunderstorm warning now continues for that area. Heavy rain and strong winds associated with this storm from Agee, I should say, Alder, Belmont, and moving its way right over Norris Lake. So Norris Lake is right there. Look at that, and torrential downpours showing up there at Norris Lake. When you look at the rainfall rates on this one, I mean, we're talking 6, 7 inches per hour. 5, 6, 7 inches per hour right over Norris Lake. A very hilly terrain over there, so something to kind of keep in mind if you are joining us from this part of East Tennessee. All of East Tennessee is hilly, and so this could lead to water running down these hills and these mountainsides, and that's what could lead to some localized flooding and flash flooding. And so from here on out, we're going to be talking about this and tracking these storms as they move through. I'm going to keep you up to date on that, but only 2 severe thunderstorm warnings right now for East Tennessee. Strong storms and heavy rain now moving its way along Interstate 40 through the Knoxville area. So we're talking West Hills, along Pellissippi Parkway between Solway and basically Farragut, but right on Interstate 40. We have, just torrential downpours on Interstate 40 right now. Travel is not advised on Interstate 40 right now. If nobody has to travel, of course, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's see. Let's take you to a different camera view. See if we can find a better view somewhere. We'll go back to Hardin Valley here for you. All right. So there's a live look in Hardin Valley. And of course, you'll be able to see the storms really lighten up the sky. This is pointing off, by the way, to the northwest. And so that's looking towards, say, Solway, Carnes, Oak Ridge. That's where that camera is pointed. And so when you look at the radar above me, that's basically where I have highlighted. So Hardin Valley actually is not getting a ton of rain. If I could spin that camera around, I would. See if we can get another camera in the Knoxville area. So here's one. This is Fox Road Marina. So this is looking to the southwest. So again, the storm is just to the north of that camera, just to the north of that. But incredible amounts of rain on Interstate 40 right now. Kingston Pike. We've got what else do we have here? So over towards Timbercrest neighborhood, West Hills, Forest Hills, Sequoia Hills, Bearden. Incredible amounts of rain. No severe thunderstorm warning on that storm system, though. But if this hangs strong for too much longer, I wouldn't be surprised if the National Weather Service issues a flash flood warning, because when you look at the rainfall rates on that, again, upwards of about 7 inches per hour. So anytime you see the pinks, we're talking about 6 to 7 inch rainfall rates per hour. This is right on Interstate 40. and all the way from the 40-75 split, working its way towards downtown. So Interstate 40 is going to be an absolute mess right now. Let's see if we can't get some of those TDOT cameras up. So I'm going to do a couple things on the fly. Let's see if we can't get this TDOT camera up and running, because it would be interesting to see how this is really playing out on the interstate. So that camera doesn't show too much. And I'm just looking at the background here. Let me switch back to the radar. So not a lot of traffic, but there is quite a bit of traffic on the interstate. Not, yeah, it is wind-driven rain. I mean, let's see if I can't get this pulled up for you. We're going to do a couple things on the fly. Let me switch back over to the radar. All right. There we go. All right, I'm going to take that full while I do a couple things in the background. Stand by. So there's the rain, or there's the radar. Let me just loop this. We're going to do a 15-minute radar loop so you can see how these are all progressing. The National Weather Service just also issued they're going to continue the severe thunderstorm warning for Campbell, Claiborne, Knox, Scott, Union, Anderson, Morgan, Granger, and Hancock County. So they're going to continue that severe thunderstorm warning. That does include places like Halls, Beech Grove, Blueberry Hills, House Mountain, so Corrington area, Norris Lake, Maynardville, Luttrell, Joppa, and Rutledge. That severe thunderstorm warning is going to continue in that area. So as I expand the view here for all of East Tennessee, to give you an idea of how this is all progressing, a lot of rain back in the Middle Tennessee, so flash flooding is going to become a major concern as we progress through time. Now I'm going to... We're going to do something here. So bear with me as I do a couple things in the background. All right, there we go. All right, let's publish that. There we go. All right, so what you're looking at here are the TDOT cameras. So this is going to be Interstate 40 and Gallaher View. And we'll take that a little bit bigger here for you. We're gonna do things on the fly here for you this evening. That's how we work around here. We're a one-man band. All right, this will give us a good idea. Look at all the rain. Watch the rain. Look at the rain just being driven by the wind. And there's a lot of folks driving on that. Now, this is not a severe warned storm, but it is definitely going to create a mess on the interstate. So again, those are the TDOT cameras. That's 40 and Gallaher View Road. So we'll switch over to a couple other cameras. So we'll just do this on the fly. Let's switch over to... Let's get a little bit closer to downtown Knoxville. We'll go Paper Mill. So this is be 75-275 split. And see if that camera is going to be running. There it is. So that's 40, 75, 640 interchange. And again, you can really see, look at the wind and how the wind is driving that rain. We'll take another view. Let's go a little bit further out. And I'll make this a little bit smaller temporarily, so you can get an idea of how this is playing out. All right, let's go a little bit closer to downtown Knoxville. We'll go Interstate 40 and Alcoa Highway. So that's Interstate 40 and Alcoa Highway. And you can already see how much rain. I mean, look at the semi-trucks driving by, right? We've got rooster tails behind those semi-trucks. So look at how much standing water is already on the interstate, on Interstate 40. And that's the story across all of town, from Wartburg and Sunbright to La Follette and Maynardville to Tazewell, and right along Interstate 40 from the 75-40 split all the way through downtown Knoxville. This is the story that we're going to be dealing with for the rest of the night tonight. So here's a little closer view. So South Knoxville. So let me go down by UT Medical Center. This will be a good one. So we'll come down by UT Medical Center. You're just going to see me do things on the fly here. So let's come here. That would be 40, 75, and 275. Doesn't look too bad there. There we go. This is the camera I wanted. So this is UT Medical Center. So this is Alcoa Highway and Cumberland. And again, watch this car driving by. You can already see the standing water showing up. So a lot of standing water showing up right now. The National Weather Service now issues a severe thunderstorm warning for Knox, Loudoun, Anderson, Roane, and Morgan County. So let's get this off the screen here for just a moment of time. So Knox, Loudoun, Roane, and Anderson County. So this is a new severe thunderstorm warning now. There it is. All right. So this new severe thunderstorm warning runs until 3 o'clock in the morning. It does include Farragut, Hardin Valley, Oliver Springs, Grove, Peach Ross, Wartburg again, Catoosa, Pine Orchard, Harriman, Kingston, and Paint Rock. All underneath the severe thunderstorm warning that runs until 3 o'clock this morning. The National Weather Service is issuing that one. Let's see what they say on that one. So at 2:08, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 7 miles southeast of Wartburg to 6 miles to the northwest. And let's see. It's moving to the southeast at 25 miles per hour. So a little bit slower. The hazards are 60 mile per hour wind gusts and nickel size hail. It is radar indicated. We're talking about places like Paint Rock, Coalfield, Bradbury, Pine Orchard, Wartburg, Lenore City, Kingston, Oakdale, Farragut, and Rockwood. This also includes Interstate 40 and Interstate 75. Remember that we are under a tornado watch until 4 o'clock in the morning. So no tornado warnings so far, but a tornado watch. And we've got a lot of wind-driven rain that's now coming out of these storms. So let me show you another radar loop over the last hour. So we really see how these are, this right now, now we're starting to get more of a southeasterly movement. So the storm's coming in out of Oneida, Halls. That's moving to the southeast. So let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and paint this picture for you. So here's the cells right here. So we'll come Halls, Oak Ridge, Kingston. This is all now going to be moving to the southeast. So folks that were asking about, say Blount County, Sevier County, Jefferson, Cott County. Here's a general idea of the latest storm tracks. So I've got that on the screen there for you. And the storm is, okay, that's about right. We'll move this out to about 120 minutes. So 2-hour depiction anyways to give you a better handle on that. So Washburn, if you're not already getting the storms in Granger County, Washburn area, that's going to be in your area in just a couple of minutes. Corrington 215, Joppa 217, Ballcamp 217, House Mountain at 218, Hardin Valley at 218, and Rutledge also here in just the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. So we'll come back a little bit closer view. So now we've got 1, 2, 3 severe thunderstorm warnings showing up here in East Tennessee. And a new severe thunderstorm warning that just popped up. This includes Hamilton, Ray, and McMinn County. So these are the storms. These ones out ahead by themselves. These are the ones that we're going to have to watch a little bit closer. So there's Hamilton County, Meigs County, as well as McMinn County. So right over Sale Creek, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning right now. And so as we track this to the east, and we'll just go to the end of the severe thunderstorm warning, we've got places like Riceville. Let's get the storm track correct on that. So we are going out. Let's go out 120 minutes. This will give you a better idea. So now this is a 2-hour loop, and it is tracking 45 miles per hour. So, all right. So places like Riceville 238, which of course it's now 213. Athens, this storm should be in your community at about, say 246. Let me expand the view a little bit more and spread that out, give you a better idea of that cell right there. And we'll come over here. So again, Nyota 251, Etowah 251, Englewood 253, Madisonville 304, Tellico Plains at about 308, Von Orr 315, Bald River Falls just outside of Tellico Plains at 316, Fort Loudon at 318. And speaking of which, I wonder if we'll be able to see. Nothing showing up from that camera or that vantage point. But downtown Clinton and Anderson County are still getting hammered. Look at all the heavy rain and the wind-driven rain now showing up. That's downtown Clinton. That's one of the newest East Tennessee weather cameras, by the way. We've got several cameras to choose from. So let's go ahead and choose a couple others live on the screen here. Gatlinburg's doing just fine right now. Hardin Valley. Things have definitely improved in Hardin Valley for the time being, but quite a bit of lightning showing up. Wind-driven rain showing up now in downtown Clinton. That's a live look there in Madisonville. So that's KMNV, Monroe County Airport. You can see lightning off in the distance, but the runway and the airport is rain-free so far. Anybody traveling Strawberry Plains Pike, you can see the wind really starting to pick up. We got the lightning off in the distance. And let's see if we can't show you what it looks like in downtown. Looks like my Union County camera is not working right now, but downtown Gatlinburg currently rain-free for the time being. All right, back to the radar we go. We've got the cameras up above me. We've got a radar loop up above me as well. I don't know why that camera's not doing that. There we go. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 severe thunderstorm warnings that are taking shape right now. We are tracking that storm down towards Bald River Falls, just to the west of Riceville and Athens. So Athens in a severe thunderstorm warning along with Riceville. Back to the north we go, where we do have some of the heaviest rainfall. Now heavy rain and strong storms moving through South Knoxville. So we'll come down to the South Knoxville area. So the heaviest rain is now starting to slide its way south of Interstate 40. Moving over Rocky Hill, Foxfire neighborhood, Beechwood. So now we've got some neighborhoods in here. Colonial Village, Hindren, Husky Valley, Seymour. So heads up Seymour. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning in that area. Now that does include Cott County as well as Sevier County. So National Weather Service has now continued to issue severe thunderstorm warnings way ahead of this system. So Blount, Anderson, Roane, Unicoi, Cocke, Greene, Jefferson, Washington, Hawkins, Knox, Hamblin, Granger, Sevier, and Hancock County, all underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. So again, they're issuing these big giant warnings because the storm is racing to the south and southeast. And that is producing torrential downpours, the possibility of damaging winds. But the good news is, as it stands right now, it does not appear that we have any tornado tags on that, which is great news to pass along. We've got a radar loop to our north, or just above me, and we've got a radar loop on the big screen as well. Let's switch this camera. Let's go back over to downtown Clinton. That's really that wind-driven rain that we've been talking about. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. If you have any, it's a severe thunderstorm warning for Blount County. Yes, yes, sir. Let's see, Miranda. I'm just getting on. It's rough in Morgan County right now, but the good news is well, we do have severe thunderstorm warnings right now for parts of Morgan County, and that does include Wartburg. So let's go up and down this line right now. We'll bring it back to the current time. From Southwest Virginia into Upper East Tennessee, we do have severe thunderstorm warnings. Kingsport, not in a severe thunderstorm warning at this point of the game, but will likely be in a severe thunderstorm warning soon. Same with you folks joining us from, say, Johnson City and Mountain City and Unicoi, Carter counties. Telford area, not in a severe thunderstorm warning. Same with you folks in Baileyton and Rogersville. Rogersville is in a severe thunderstorm warning. Baileyton, you're just on the outskirts of all the warnings right now, but likely to get a severe thunderstorm warning here soon. So let's come up and down the line. So we'll take you all the way from, say, Hancock County. And folks joining us from, say, Independence, Big Springs, Edison, Shiloh, Friendship. And we're talking about Burgonsville, Cold Springs, Churchill, Blossom, Van Hill, and Austin's Mill. All under a severe thunderstorm warning that runs until 2:45. Now we'll come down the line a little bit more. So Bean Station, Morristown, Jefferson City, heads up. Strong thunderstorms are just to your west that are going to be moving into your area here very shortly. So we'll track that for you here. If you're joining us from Thornhill, Rutledge, Joppa, Blaine, and House Mountain, you are in the thick of it. That's not what I wanted to do. We'll come here. So we're going to highlight all these communities right here. So this storm will be moving its way in 45 miles per hour, 120 minutes. Okay, so we're talking about places like Bean Station at 2:30, Strawberry Plains 2:30, Cherokee Lake at 2:31, Newmarket 2:36, Jefferson City 2:39, Morristown 2:44, and again the current time is now 2:20. Whitesburg at 2:51, Bulls Gap 2:57, and White Pine at 2:58. That's the main line. Yes, you have some showers and thunderstorms moving through Dandridge, Bainbury, White Pine, and just south of Strawberry Plains through Thorn Grove, Holston Hills, downtown Knoxville, South Knoxville, along Alcoa Highway and Chapman Highway, and that's going to be working its way into Seymour. But the main line right there, just over Maynardville right now, in Rutledge, will be moving into Hamlin, Jefferson, as well as parts of Endicott County as well, where we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. So it's going to be a while for you folks in Del Rio, Newport, Douglas Lake, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg. And then we'll come down the line a little bit more. So Karnes not getting anything. Hardin Valley not getting anything right now as well. Farragut, you're in the clear so far. But we do have some strong thunderstorms now over Oak Ridge, Blair, Harriman, Kingston, and Rockwood. And that's where we do have severe thunderstorm warnings. So let's go ahead and track that for you. And so we'll come just to the south of downtown Clinton, Oak Ridge, Kingston area. We'll swing this to the south and southeast. And so that's going to be moving its way over Claxton 224, Solway 224, Hardin Valley 227, Paint Rock 228, Karnes 232, Farragut 237, Cedar Bluff 238, Lenore City 242, and West Hills at 243. We'll switch over to some power outage maps and see what we can see, what kind of power outages that we are currently seeing around town. And we'll switch there. So we do have some power outages now showing up in Campbell County, where about 700 are without power. And that's actually all that's showing up on my map so far. What'd you say, Janelle? Without power? Corrington's now being reported without power at this point. And so we are going to start to see numerous power outages as power's out being reported in South Knoxville. I appreciate that, Taylor. The TV just went off in South Knoxville. Thanks, Terry. Well, Rick, yeah, the main line. Of course, we've got some showers and thunderstorms out ahead of this main line, but as the main line comes through, that's what I was tracking. So you have another round heading your way. If you're already getting hammered by some rain out ahead of the main line, there's still a lot more rain on the way. And remember that these cells do stretch all the way back into Middle Tennessee. So look at all the rain just south of Cookeville, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, and this is all going to be tracking right back into our area and to the south. So places like Dayton, Athens, Saudi Daisy, Chattanooga, and Maryville are all going to be next in line as this next main line comes through, even out of Middle Tennessee. But what we're tracking right now is the main line coming through Upper East Tennessee, so Rogersville, Kingsport, Johnson City, Greenville, Morristown, Jefferson City, Newport, Sevierville, Gatlinburg. I know downtown Knoxville is getting hammered right now, along with South Knoxville, but look at all the rain back to your west and northwest. That's over Clinton, Lake City, and Oak Ridge. And that's going to be the situation. Let's see. The National Weather Service went with a tour possible on the Saudi Daisy cell, just not fully sold on the tour, but they have added a tornado tag to that. So let's get back over here. Let's come down here and take a look at the velocity product. All right, so we're starting to show some spin showing up. So let's go with this one right here in Meigs County and McMinn County. Heads up, we are starting to get a rotating thunderstorm showing up right now. It has a BTI of a 4.7. It's going to move its way over Charleston, Calhoun, and Riceville. Charleston 242, Calhoun at 243, and Riceville at 247. We are starting to show some signs of rotation with that. Just to the east of Arcadia Shores and the Birchwood area, Etola just to the north of you. And there is a possible tornado tag on that with a BTI now of a 4.7. So we'll switch over. There's your shear product right there. So that's your spin in the atmosphere where you see that green. When you look at your 1 hour shear, you got some stronger shear showing up back to our south and west of that storm. So it has had the history of spinning with it. Hail's not necessarily a major player, but damaging wind gusts and the possibility of a tornado that could show up with that storm that is now showing a little bit of rotation with that. Again, a BTI. It is tracking to the east at 38 miles per hour. The shear product is now 80 miles per hour. So this cell right here, let me expand the view, give you a better idea. So Athens is in the center of your screen. Riceville, Calhoun in the center of your screen. So heads up there. Madisonville, Tellico Plains. Keep an eye on this storm. If you're joining us from McMinn and Monroe County. So Athens, Riceville, Calhoun, Etowah. And then Madisonville, Tellico Plains, and other places like Englewood, Arden, Berger, Ellis Mills, Mecca, Tellico Plains. I already said Tellico Plains. Consaga Mill, Ivy. So heads up, there is a storm to your west that the National Weather Service is not 100% sold on it, but definitely one to watch for. All right, so the BTI, by the way, is a Barron Tornado Index. So that's something that you're going to see almost exclusively here with East Tennessee Weather. It's an in-house product. It's exclusive to the radar that I use. And so that's a 0 out of 10. The BTI is a 0 out of 10. 0 being the least, 10 being the worst. And so we're now on that storm system have a 4.7, and that's starting to get a little bit on the higher side. Let's take a look at that storm, new radar update. Let's take a look at the velocity product on that. So we've got some 45 to 98. So we've got, let's switch over to, see if I'm on the right radar. Yep, I'm on the right radar there. Let's switch over to Morristown for a second. So yeah, it's going to be out of the high top radar. So that's the storm right there. So Charleston, even Georgetown, again, Riceville, Interstate 75 and Highway 2, running between Nyota, Athens, and Charleston. Heads up, we've got the possibility of a rotating thunderstorm. So I'm just reading what the National Weather Service is saying. All right, the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning now for Meigs, Polk, Bradley, Monroe, and McMinn County. So they are issuing a tornado warning for this storm right here. So that is our first tornado warning of the night. There it is, my friends. So let's go ahead and give you all the details on this. So a tornado warning right now. So if you're joining us from Riceville, Lamontville, get into your safe zone right now. Riceville, Cedar Springs, Athens, South Liberty, Double Springs, Charleston, all need to head to your safe spots right now. That would be the interior part of your house. You need to head to a bathroom, a closet. Of course, the lower elevation you can go, the better. So if you have a basement, head to your basements right now. That would also include Englewood, Addison, Grady, Etowah, Bellevue Estates. We've got Mecca, Ellis Mill, Arden, Tellico Plains, just outside of the tornado warning, but definitely something to keep an eye on. So now we have a tornado warning that runs until 3:15. Again, that does include Monroe County, McMinn County, and Meigs County. So as well as Polk County and Bradley County. So a tornado warning now has been issued by the National Weather Service. Say that one more time. Oliver Springs and Roane County, dangerous storms. Yes. So Oak Ridge, Oliver Springs, you're in the clear right now. Well, no, hold on. Let me switch back to the. We'll get to you. We have severe thunderstorm warnings to our north. So a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings from Kingston to Oak Ridge, downtown Knoxville to Jefferson City, Morristown to Greenville. Sevierville to Gatlinburg is a severe thunderstorm warning, but we have a tornado warning right now on the storm showing up again in Monroe, McMinn, Hamilton, as well as Hamilton counties. Let's see, anything else? Nope. So we're going to keep an eye on this storm right now. So anybody traveling Interstate 75 or lives along Interstate 75 from the Athens exit down to the Charleston exit, you need to be heading to your safe shelters right now. Again, basement, interior bathroom, closet. This is exactly where you need to be. When you look at the velocity product, it is a little splotchy. It's not too. Let's see. Let me switch to this product. And we've got 98 mile per hour winds to 29 mile per hour winds. So that is your rotation right here. So we basically got this all right here rotating. And so that's why the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning with that. A new severe thunderstorm warning for Scott. Let's see. We'll go Greene County, Tennessee, Washington, Russell, Virginia, Hawkins, Tennessee, Hawkins County anyways. Johnson County, Tennessee, Sullivan, as well as Carter. So Carter County, Sullivan, Johnson. That does include Bristol, Virginia, Washington, Virginia, Hawkins County, Russell County, Virginia, Washington County, Tennessee, Greene County, Tennessee, and Scott County, Virginia, all underneath a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued, and that runs until... So that's the storm right there. So that runs until 3:30 this morning. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning for Morristown, Newport, and Knoxville. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Roane County as well as Morgan County. But again, we are concentrating on this cell right here where we do have a tornado warning. So let's... So what we're looking at here is a velocity product. And so you're looking at rotation within the thunderstorm itself. So basically, red is away. So red's away, green's towards. But you got to just see what radar you're on. I think I'm on the high top radar. All right, there we go. I need to be on a different radar because not the National Weather Service Morristown radar is not going to do it. But the general idea is this is going away from the radar. This right here is going towards the radar because the radar is to our south and west because I'm bringing in the northern Alabama, the Huntsville, Alabama radar because that's where this is closer. So this is where your spin would be over Lamontville, just south of Hillsview. So again, Charleston, Sanford, Riceville, Cedar Springs, Athens, all under a tornado warning right now and need to take shelter. Anybody above and beyond that, along Highway 411 from Etowah to Bellevue Estates, Grady, Addison, Englewood, and Chestowee, along with Ardenberger, Ellis Mill, Mecca, Saga Mill, Ivy, and just outside of Tellico Plains. So this is the cell we're watching right now. And it is showing some fairly good signs of rotation. All right, the National Weather Service continues the severe thunderstorm warning for Knox, Loudoun, Anderson, Roane, and Morgan County. Knox, Anderson, Loudoun, Roane, and Morgan County. This is due to 60 mile per hour winds or nickel-sized hail. This is radar indicated. Places like Paint Rock, Coalfield, Bradbury, Pine Orchard, Lenore City, Kingston, Oakdale, Farragut, Rockwood, as well as Dearmond, excuse me. Also including Interstates 40 and 75. Remember, we are under a tornado watch that runs until 4 o'clock in the morning. The current time is now 2:30, just about 2:35. All right, what's going on, Farragut? Just a quick little view. We have one. Let's see. Well, that severe thunderstorm warning for the Southern Valley is now a tornado warning. We still have 1, 2, and a slew of severe thunderstorm warnings for also Hancock County, Hawkins. We've got Washington County, Sullivan County, Scott County, Virginia, and then of course we do have places like Greene County, Hawkins County, Hamblin. We've got Cott County, Sevier County, Jefferson, all under a severe thunderstorm warning. South Knoxville, that does include downtown Knoxville, all the way down to the Farragut area, along the I-40-75 split, stretching back towards Oak Ridge and Kingston. We currently have a severe thunderstorm warning there. So the radar has really been lighting up right there. Again, damaging wind is going to be the main threat here for the rest of the evening hours with isolated tornadoes. I don't necessarily think that hail is going to be a major player. Although we could see hail upwards of 1/2 inch to 1 inch in diameter, which is damaging hail. But again, flooding and flash flooding could be a concern as well as we track more heavy rain back to our west. When you look at the Nashville radar and loop this over the last hour, you can see how this is all progressing toward East Tennessee. But the general idea is the storms are starting to shift their way to the south and southeast. And then once this main line comes through, we will just transition to a heavy rain event. But again, if you were with me earlier today, the good news is Saturday is going to be a beautiful day with sunshine and temperatures in the low to mid 80s. So there is a silver lining to this forecast. We just need to watch these for the rest of the evening hours. The evening. It's not even evening. What is it? Overnight hours? My poor wife got out of bed. Everybody say hi to Janelle. Janelle has joined me in the studio. All right, so this one's got a BTI, a Barron Tornado Index right now of a 4.8. It's moved its way over Lamontville, on its way towards Athens, Riceville, Etowah, and eventually towards Tellico Plains. And hopefully you still have me. Am I still on? I believe I'm still on. We just lost some power here. Did the generator kick on? Hey, go back to bed, babe. What'd you say? I think I have. Am I still broadcasting? I'm still on. Okay, cool. But the problem is I don't think I can move my computer. Oh, there it goes. Whew. All right. By the way, thanks to City Heat and Air, keeping the power on for East Tennessee weather. If you're looking for a whole home generator, give City Heat and Air a call because they're the ones who are keeping us up and running during severe weather coverage. But I am having some issues. So hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to reset a couple of things. I got the radar on the screen, but I'm having troubles with my mouse. So stand by. I guess I could switch to a live camera while I do a couple things in the background. Woo, did you see that lightning in downtown Clinton? Let's go back to that. The skies are lighting up in downtown Clinton, Anderson County. Again, a tornado warning just north of Charleston, heading its way towards Etowah and Athens. If you're joining us from Etowah or Athens, you need to be heading to your safe zone right now. Same with you folks in Englewood and Tellico Plains. I would be on the lookout because we've got a tornado warning right now for for Charleston, Athens, Englewood, Etowah, and just outside of Tellico Plains, we've got quite a bit of spin showing up right now. The latest severe thunderstorm warning that's been canceled is for Hamilton and Ray County. The National Weather Service continues a severe thunderstorm warning for Meigs, Bradley, and McMinn County. That camera that you see right there at the top of on your screen is downtown Clinton in Anderson County. All right. There we go. All right, I got the radar back up and running. All right, we're back up and running, my friends. So let's switch back over to the radar. I'm just going to take that full. All right, so here we are. We're back in action. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 severe thunderstorm warnings and 1 tornado warning. We're watching the storm. Riceville, Athens, Englewood, Etowah, Double Springs, Charleston. This is going to be north of Charleston, but this is our storm that is showing spin in the atmosphere, and that's what we need to watch for closely. The greens and the reds. So reds away from the radar. Remember, we're looking at the high top radar in northern Alabama. There's your spin in the atmosphere. Red away, green towards, and that's your rotation. That's your counterclockwise rotation. So Riceville, Double Springs, anybody that lives along Highway 411 right around Etowah, you need to be in your safe zones right now. That would be an interior room, bathroom, closet, or basement. You need to head there right now because you are in a tornado warning. So places in McMinn County, Monroe County as well. So McMinn and Monroe County. You need to be, if you're right around Athens, Riceville, Charleston, Etowah, Englewood, Addison, or even places like Ellis Mills, Arden, Tellico Plains, and Ivy. You need to be in your safe spots right now. We do have a tornado warning. Cumberland Estates. If you have a specific community you live in, just give me the county. Let's see if we can't find Cumberland Estates in here. I'm not quite sure where Cumberland Estates is. Melissa. So the National Weather Service is going to continue the tornado warning. This runs until 3:15 for northeastern Bradley County, north central Polk County, southern McMinn, and southwestern Monroe County until 3:15. Tornado warning continues there. The National Weather Service has now issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Blount, Knox, Loudoun, Monroe, Roane, and Sevier County. So we still have severe thunderstorm warnings that are taking place now. Again, Blount, Knox, Loudoun, Monroe, Roane, and Sevier counties. So that does include places like Tallahassee, Happy Valley, Townsend, Indian Boundary, Tellico Plains. You're kind of sandwiched in between severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings. But I would take shelter right now if you're joining us from Tellico Plains or anybody between Madisonville and Tellico Plains as we continue to see a tornado warning and severe thunderstorm warnings taking shape there. We'll switch back to the radar. And so let's go ahead back to the radar. Again, the tornado warning, I'll leave that on the screen at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. So places like anybody along Interstate 81, from Morristown all the way up to Bristol, heads up. Strong thunderstorms are getting ready to work their way into your area. We're getting incredible lightning showing up. I'm just going to take this. This is... That's a live look in downtown Clinton. I'll just leave that up for just a second as I kind of reset the radar. All right. All right, so downtown Clinton is right above me. What you're looking at even above that is going to be a velocity product. We'll switch back over to reflectivity. That is where we do have a tornado warning right now. And we have some rotation. So again, I can't stress enough, Athens, Etowah, Tellico Plains, heads up. Head to your safe shelters for just a little bit as we do have a tornado warning storm there. All right, strong thunderstorms coming in out of between Knox County and Newport. So right around Douglas Lake, Dandridge, Kodak getting hammered right now. Heads up, anybody along the parkway from Kodak to Sevierville. So Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Wares Valley, Gatlinburg, Elkmont, Smoky Mountain National Park. We've also got places like Newport, Bat Harbor, Del Rio, Parrotsville, and Caney Branch. You're next in line. We've got a BTI on that one. So again, that's a Barron Tornado Index when you talk about the BTI. Hail size is about 1/2 inch diameter. This storm is tracking to the east at 42 miles per hour, 90% chance of hail. Caney Branch and Greenville in the path of that one. We've also got this storm showing up. And again, these skits are all over the place because it's technically storm motion. Even though the main storm is sliding to the south and southeast, we do get these storm motions within the cell itself. That one right there, just outside of Thornton Grove and Kodak, has a BTI of a 3.6, a Barron Tornado Index of a 3.6. That's 0 out of 10. It is tracking to the east-northeast at 54 miles per hour. But again, the general idea of the storm system is to the south and east. So places like Dandridge, Douglas Lake, and again, anybody, Newport and Del Rio, again, next in line. Jefferson City, 302. Dandridge, 304. But, of course, Dandridge is getting hammered right now. This is just where the skit is showing up right there on the back side of that. A lot of people are commenting on social media. I appreciate it. How bad it is in Dandridge, Douglas Lake area. I mean, this is that wind-driven rain we've been talking about all day long. Kodak, right along Interstate 40. That runs from basically downtown Knoxville, the Strawberry Plains Parkway and exit, all the way to the 8140 split. And then as you travel up over into North Carolina, we don't have a ton of rain right now showing up in Newport or even Del Rio, but you're next in line. Parrotsville and Caney Branch, you're next in line as well. Anybody that joins us from Newport to Caney Branch and into Greenville along Highway 321. Morristown getting absolutely hammered right now. Yeah, you guys are all in the thick of it. So the heaviest rain right now along Interstate, paralleling Interstate 81, but getting ready to move its way over Interstate 81. That's where we still have severe thunderstorm warnings. All the way from Upper East Tennessee, from Kingsport, Bristol, Rogersville to Baileyton, Telford to Johnson City. Carter County, Unicoi County, not in a severe thunderstorm warning yet, but likely to be taking shape here soon. We also have, let's see. All right, the good news is for you folks down to the south, the National Weather Service has canceled this tornado warning for northeastern Bradley County. But they continue the tornado warning right now for Polk, Monroe, and McMinn County. So again, between Englewood, Zion Hill, Addison, Grady, Etowah, you need to be heading to your safe shelters right now, right along Highway 411, Bellevue Estates. Let's get a little bit closer down here, see if we can get some Williamsburg, Good Springs, Goosetown, Balltown, all those communities. Addison, you are right. You need to be in your safe zones right now, your safe shelters. Macedonia, Mecca, Prospect, Liberty Hill, Berger, Nonaburg, and Englewood. You need to be in your safe shelters right now as well. This is where we're talking about the potential for a rotating thunderstorm. You can see it a little bit of an inflow notch. We'll see how this storm develops here over time. But again, a tornado warning for Monroe and also McMinn County until 3:15. We've got Ebenezer, Arden, Bethlehem. I'm guessing that's Jalapa, and the Bullitt Creek area. So we're watching this storm right over McMinn County right now, getting ready to cross over into Monroe County. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate you. Morristown's rocking and rolling right now. Morristown's bad. No power. Thanks, Linda. Appreciate that. It's crazy in Powell. Hoping to sleep through it, but definitely woke you up. Thanks for joining, Jessica. All right, this wind-driven rain is really going to be rocking and rolling. Heads up Newport and anybody joining us from Cott County, Sevier County, and Blount County. We've got an outflow boundary that may spark off a few more storms. But again, we are still have this tornado warning that's ongoing for McMinn and Monroe County until 3:15. So if I called out your areas, if you live in Monroe or McMinn County, you need to be heading to an interior part of your house, basement, closet, bathroom. Take your blankets from your bed, take your pillows, take a flashlight, take your cell phone, watch us as we continue to talk about this storm. Incredible lightning show showing up tonight from downtown Clinton and Anderson County. Let's see what other lightning shows we have around town. That's really that's just lighting up the sky. So we'll keep it on downtown Clinton. That's what's right above me right there is downtown Clinton. They got the radar loop above that. We are concentrating right now on a tornado warning for Monroe and McMinn County. What's up, Lauren Fillers? How are you? Are you hearing potential rotation around Douglas Dam, Winfield, Dunn, and Sevierville? Hearing that elsewhere? The National Weather Service is talking about this cell right here. And let's see what they say. The National Weather Service thinks this is very strong wind, not necessarily rotating thunderstorms to produce a tornado. But they're thinking incredibly strong winds right there showing up in, that would be right outside of Douglas Lake, getting ready to work its way into Sevier County. Does not seem to be a clear rotating thunderstorm as we look at the radar. Now there is a little bit of an inflow notch there. So we have to watch that. So we have to watch this right here. This is the wind coming into it, wrapping the storm back behind it. But when you switch over to the velocity product on that, it's not too clearly defined. So probably some extremely strong winds associated with that. But as we highlight some of those storms, so 50, let's see. I mean, some of these winds up towards Painey Branch and Cott County, Parrotsville. I mean, we're talking about upwards of 50, 60 mile per hour winds. And that's why we have a severe thunderstorm warning, 68 mile per hour winds just outside of Bainbury. Caney Branch and Parrotsville. So incredibly strong winds. That's going to be rocking and rolling from Afton to Mohawk, Greenville to Caney Branch, Parrotsville to Newport, Del Rio. You'll be next in line. Extremely strong winds showing up that. And that's close to the radar, by the way, as well. So let's come down to that tornado warning storm, and I'll get back to you folks joining us from Oak Ridge here in a second. I mean, we still have some broad rotation showing up, nothing too crazy. But again, if you are joining us from Monroe and McMinn counties, Etowah, Addison, Zion Hill, Englewood, heads up, you are in a tornado-warned storm right now. It is working its way towards Ebenezer, Berger, Arden, Bethlehem. It looks like we just got a new radar scan, so let's check in on that. So I don't see a clear defining rotation. We kind of have some broad rotation showing up now. Basically right around Zion Hill, Addison, Grady. This is basically where the rotation is. It is tracking to the north and northeast. We have a BTI on that of a 4.5. Hail size could be 3/4 inch diameter. Severe hail, 10%. Hail is 90% chance. The wind shear on that is 69 miles per hour, and the storm is tracking to the east-northeast at 43 miles per hour. So either way you look at it, whether it be a spitting supercell thunderstorm or just incredible torrential downpours and incredibly strong wind, some of the wind out of that, I mean, we got 8, look at that, just north of Etowah. The radar's picking up on that. Let's make sure we're on the right radar. 87 mile per hour winds out of that storm. A BTI of a 4.5, hail now upwards of 1 inch diameter, so severe hail possible, 100% chance of hail. Englewood at 259, Madisonville 309. Current time is now 2:55, by the way. So Englewood, you need to be in your safe shelters right now. Madisonville, you got a couple of minutes, but I would start heading there soon. Von Orr 318, Fort Loudon 320, and Indian Boundary at 321. And we're talking about the storm that is tornado warned right now for McMinn and Monroe County. And this runs until 3:15. It's now 2:55, by the way. Lenoir City is not in that. Lenoir City is a little bit further to the north. So, again, we've got a slew of severe thunderstorm warnings now on the leading edge of this. Let's switch back to the Morristown radar. Here's what's going on all the way up and down Interstate 81 from Abingdon, Virginia through Bristol, Kingsport in the thick of it. So Johnson City, Telford, Unicoi, you're next in line. You're in the thick of it right now along Interstate 81 from Baileyton to Greenville's getting it now, down to Mohawk. Whitesburg's starting to get in the clear as well. Let me just give you a little heads up. Anybody joining us from Hawkins County, let's see, Sneedville, we'll go Harrogate, Tazewell in the Claiborne County, Campbell, Union, and also Anderson County, just outside of Oak Ridge, you're in the clear to go to bed. That is the strongest cells have now moved their way towards the mountain counties. So places like Campbell County, Scott, Fentress, and Morgan County, you are in the clear. You can now go to bed. Places like Cumberland County, looks like you are in the clear as well. Let me just check on the radar out of Middle Tennessee, and yeah, we're doing just fine. All right, so let's call out some names that can go to bed. Again, Oneida, Jamestown, Fentress, Scott County, you can go to bed. Campbell, Claiborne County, you also can go to bed. Anderson to Union County, you can go to bed now. Morgan to Cumberland County, you also can go to bed. And we'll hang tight for the rest of everybody else for now. Let's come back down to the storm out of Monroe and McMinn County. So we still have a tornado warned storm. Does not include Tellico Plains, but it does include Macedonia, Berger, Arden, Bethlehem. Anybody joining us along Interstate or Highway 411 between Grady and Englewood, hopefully you're in your safe shelters right now. Interior part of your house, bathroom, closet, or basement. And this will be tracking its way towards Macedonia, Berger, Arden, and Ebenezer, as well as Bethlehem here in just a short while. So the time's on that. So let's go ahead and track that. That is tracking to the north and northeast. So we'll go here. All right, so Tellico Plains about 313, Bald River Falls 322, and Indian Boundary at 327. So starting to move its way into a little bit more of a mountainous terrain, some higher elevations once it gets past Tellico Plains. All right, Shelby says, good morning, Mike, from Madisonville. Tornado sirens just went off, stepped outside for a second, and it was hot. It is definitely hot. And it's going to be a hot Saturday as well, but at least it's going to be a sunny, quiet, dry Saturday. Sirens shut off, and now it's downpouring. I appreciate that, Shelby. Thanks for the report. Loudoun County's got barely any rain so far. But you're going to get in the thick of it, and you are still underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. Power is out near UT Hospital. Thanks, Joshua. I appreciate that. Possibly some hail showing up in Farragut. All right, so the tornado warning remains in effect right now for southeastern McMinn and southwestern Monroe counties until 3:15. Quarter-size hail being reported from a storm spotter in Kodak at intersection Highway 131 and Roberts Road at 2:59. So some quarter-size hail showing up with that. I mean, this is the kind of rain that we were talking about. Small spin-ups, couple tornado tags, and a couple of tornado warnings here tonight. All right. Here's the deal. It's just kind of our location around the country of where we live based on geography. A lot of times these storms do just really get going across the Great Plains, and by the time they get to us, it happens to be nighttime. All right, we're going to bring Chris back to the conversation. So we got a Witcher Weather Watcher right now. Chris, go ahead and take it away, bud.
Hey there, Mike. I'm in your neck of the woods. I don't know if you can hear it. We're getting a little bit of hail. I'm on Kingston Pike down by Pellissippi 162.
All right, so he's Pellissippi Parkway, and you said 162. So there we go. That would be Kingston Pike. So some hail showing up there in West Knoxville. A lot of rain, a lot of lightning showing up. That's Chris from Witcher Weather Watcher. He's been driving around town chasing these storms tonight to bring us live views from East Tennessee.
Hey, Mike, it looks like it's about pea-sized hail right now. So you see it landing on the sunroof, but I, of course, can't get a picture of it. But it's coming down sporadically.
How's the visibility? How are the roads? Talk about the roads. You've been driving around a little bit. I mean, they're waterlogged. We saw incredible rain over West Knoxville. Still are seeing incredible rain. Are you seeing any flooding concerns?
We came down 62 through Oak Ridge, and just north of Oak Ridge, the roads we were hydroplaning quite a bit. And of course, coming down Pellissippi or 162, it was really waterlogged as well. Lots of lightning. We were driving through Oak Ridge. We probably 30, 40 mile an hour winds, maybe a little more stout. Had a little bit of hail there too, but lots of standing water. If you're out and about, definitely be careful this morning. There's going to be lots of water ponding. The crazy part is, and I know this is the nature of these kinds of cells that pop up. We've been driving for about 45 minutes to an hour. We've hit areas that were completely dry, areas that were waterlogged, and then areas that had wind, and just like a moment ago, we had hail. So we've kind of experienced the gamut. Lots of cloud to ground lightning in that storm that you were looking at in Clinton earlier. We saw a lot of that coming through Oak Ridge as well. So we've kind of been from Oliver Springs, Wartburg area, back down here towards West Knox County, and we've seen a little bit of everything.
Have you seen many power outages, like street lights out anywhere?
We've not seen any power outages as of yet. As we were driving through Oak Ridge, some of those wind gusts were like I said, getting pretty stout. Only estimating, we're in a mid-sized SUV and it was moving us around a bit. So no power outages, but again, just to your point, lots of standing water, especially on the highways and the interstates. And it kind of came out of nowhere. So again, out and about, especially over the next hour or two, be watching for those that ponding in the road.
I appreciate you, Chris. Where are you headed to next?
Well, we kind of see a cell there southeast towards Dixie Lee. I think we're going to head that way and see if we can find anything.
All right, sir. Do travel safely. Take it slow on the roadways. Watch out for all that standing water, and ring back in when you're ready to come back in.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, bud. All right, that's Chris. He's a Witcher weather watcher right there. That's his live camera again in West Knoxville. We've got a lot of ponding. We've had some pea-sized hail or even hail showing up now. He's on the move, and he's doing some storm chasing for us here this evening. So, again, much appreciated here, Chris. Let's go back to the radar here at this hour. The radar is lighting up around East Tennessee, starting to work its way to Upper East Tennessee from Johnson City, Unicoi, Mountain City, Greenville in the thick of it right now, stretching into the mountain counties. So Sevierville, Gatlinburg, you're going to be next in line right along the parkway. Anybody joining us from downtown Maryville or surrounding areas, from Townsend to Happy Valley to Lassie to Greenback, heads up. Heavy rain just off to your north and west and tracking your way. You are all under severe thunderstorm warnings right now, from downtown Knoxville to the Smoky Mountain National Park. From Farragut to Von Orr, to Lassie, into Blount County and the national park there, into the Smoky Mountains. And we still have a tornado warning for Monroe County and McMinn County that runs until 3:15. The National Weather Service is extending that severe thunderstorm into a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see. National Weather Service says that they're going to allow that tornado warning to expire. So the tornado warning for you folks in Monroe County is going to expire, and it's going to transition to a severe thunderstorm warning that would include places like Indian Boundary, Bald River Falls, moving its way towards the Tail of the Dragon. Tail of the Dragon right now under a severe thunderstorm warning. So that's just going to be just right around the area that we had the earthquake, my friends, right there between Tallahassee and Calderwood, where we had the earthquake just the other day. Did you feel it? We got some ping pong size hail being reported in Dandridge as well as Kodak. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate that. All right, Chris is ringing back in. Chris, go ahead and take it away.
Hey there. Hey, we just traveled down the road about a mile and a half on Kingston, and there is some significant standing water. Had to slow down to about 5 miles an hour. So just east of Pellissippi there, it's dangerous. So just be forewarned if you're driving in that area over the next couple hours. It is. I wouldn't say it's flooded, but there's a lot of water.
You know, surprisingly, with as much rain as we've seen so far, I'm actually kind of shocked in as much rain as we've already seen this week. I'm a little surprised that we haven't had any flash flood or flood warnings or anything like that yet. But the National Weather Service has not issued any of that yet. But again, if you do travel tonight, if you work the night shift, if you're getting ready to go head off to work here this morning, or if you're coming home from work, or if you've been out and about, we do have a lot of folks driving on the interstate system, of course, that travel the entire country. A lot of truckers out there, a lot of standing water. Do travel safely. Give yourself some extra time. And just a side note, the National Weather Service has now expired the tornado warning for McMinn County. So now we've just got severe thunderstorm warnings up and down this line, all the way from Upper East Tennessee. Let's get back to the radar. From Bristol and Southwest Virginia to Johnson City, anybody along Interstate 81. But listen, let's go ahead and call some people out if you want to go to bed. Anybody joining us from Hawkins or Hancock County, you are more than welcome to go to bed. Your storm is now over. If you're joining us from Hambling County, you also can go to bed. How about Granger County and Jefferson County from Jefferson City north? But Jefferson County towards Dandridge, hang tight. You're still under a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go Claiborne County, Union County. You all can go to bed if you're now joining us all the way up along the northern plateau from Fentress to Scott and Campbell County. You can now go to bed, as well as Morgan, Cumberland, and Anderson County. You can go to bed. Knox County, hang tight, especially across the downtown area along West Hills, Rocky Hill, Farragut, over towards South Knoxville, Pellissippi Parkway. You've got Jefferson. Let's see. We've got John Sevier Highway, Chapman Highway. We also have Maryville, Alcoa, 411 to Seymour. Heads up. Still some very heavy rainfall. You can see Chris is driving through that right now, and incredible amounts of rain. We'll throw him in the bottom left here for a second, or the bottom right. And we are definitely starting to see, we're going to start to see some improving conditions here in just a short while. So we'll take the radar full there, give you the big picture. Let me loop this over the last hour to give you a projection of how these are all playing out. But I think it's just another, 30 minutes to an hour. And I think we're going to really start to see if things improve. It's going to transition to a heavy rain event. And everybody will be able to go off and get some sleep here tonight. I'm going to say goodnight to my wife. Thank you, Janelle, for coming into the studio and helping me out. You're much appreciated, my wife. Love you. So Janelle's going to go off to bed. Some of you can go off to bed as well. You're very welcome, Danita. Let's see. What about, hold on. Let's get back to that. Donnie says, what about McMinn County, Athens area? The good news is the tornado warning has now been allowed to expire. And we're seeing improving conditions there. No severe thunderstorm warnings necessarily for Athens. But we still have some heavy rain back to our west. And so let me switch over to the radar coming in from the high top radar. And again, here is the radar coming in out of northern Alabama. So again, we've got a lot of rain back to our west still coming in out of McMinnville. So look at all this rain. So again, for just right over Sparta, Crossville, and McMinnville, we still have heavy rain moving on in. So now this is going to transition to a very heavy rain event from here on out. Once these warnings start to expire, it is going to switch over to a very heavy rain event. I think the severe weather potential really decreases here over the next 30 minutes to an hour. Is Carnes out of the wood? I believe Carnes is out of the woods. Let's go back to the radar. So yes, Carnes, you're good to go to bed. Let's see. Yeah. Carnes, Oak Ridge, Clinton, Lake City, Wartburg, Caryville, you all can go to bed. Halls, you can go to bed. Mary, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Danita, and you can go to bed. Heavy rain in Seymour. Seymour, don't go to bed yet. Downtown Knoxville, don't go to bed. Farragut, don't go to bed yet. So here we go. These are the places that cannot go to bed yet, where we still have the severe thunderstorm warnings. I'd say Kingsport, Sneedville, Rogersville, Morristown, Rutledge, Maynardville, Jefferson City. You all can go to bed. Have a good night. Carnes is out of the woods. Good night, Laura. Good night, Morristown. She is the best, Angie. And, you know, the wind's strong right now. And thanks, Miranda. I appreciate that. I appreciate you joining me here this evening as well. Good to see you, by the way. The wind is going to be strong. So, yes, we still have some strong gusty winds. I think the severe thunderstorm warnings will die down. The rain and the wind is going to stick with us. The wind's going to be with us all day tomorrow. Or that would be today. All day today. Hey, Buck, I saw you this morning, yesterday morning, whatever day it is. Good to see you, my friend. Thoughts on Kingsport? Kingsport, you all can go to bed. You're in the clear. Right back at you, Buck. Power's out, 2570 near 407. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. Let's check in on some power outages, by the way, and see what kind of power outages we have taking shape. All right, there we go. This is the story. This tells the story right there. A slew of power outages around East Tennessee with still some warnings out there. So let's check in on some of these power outages. Fentress County, 1%. Let's get a different view here. So we are going to go. Let's go totals. All right. So these are power outage totals is what we're looking at. So La Follette, about 900 without power, 1,000 in Claiborne County, Union County, about 2,500 without power, Anderson, about 1,000 without power, Granger County, 3,500 without power. We've got Hawkins and Hancock County, I should say, 1,000 without power, Hamblin County, 600 without power, That would be Jefferson County, 3,500 without power. Sevier County, 100 so far. Knox County, 16,000 people without power in Knox County. Loudoun County is 1,000 people. Cumberland County, 200. And across the Southern Valley, we do have about 600 without power there as well. So those are power outage in numbers. If we take power outage in percentage, we still have a few more without power. So places like let's get rid of that. So we're talking about places like Knox County, 9.5% without power, but we have 26.5% in Union County without power, 20.5% in Granger County without power, and Jefferson County about 10% without power, and Loudoun County about 10% with folks without power as well. Anything in the shaded blue area is about 5% to basically 10%. Yellow is 10 to 20%. And no oranges showing up right now, so that's good news. But a lot of folks without power. And this is what we were talking about earlier today. And over the last couple of days, we are going to switch over to a heavy rain event as we continue to progress through the rest of the evening hours. Pardon me, I'm just going to get a drink of water here for 1 second. Tiffany, thanks so much for that report. She's got some shingles on her front, on your porch here in Morristown. So shingles coming off the rooftops. Those roofers are going to be busy, aren't they? Cleanup work is going to continue. Morristown, you can go to bed. Miranda, she is absolutely the best. She gets up out of bed, woke up. She works today, tomorrow, today. What day is today? Saturday. She works today. And she's got a very busy job in the hospital, so I really super appreciate her. I'm not quite sure where you are, Laura McCoy, but yes. What about Carnes? My husband is very sick and needs to go to bed. Yes, Carnes can go to bed. Kingston, you can go to bed as well. You are very welcome. Relaxing music. Ooh, that sounds really nice right about now, doesn't it? Lenoir City. Let's go back to the radar. We'll come back to, let's switch over to the southwestern sections of town. So Lenoir City, you're still under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Let's see. We've got a tree down in Washington County, Virginia. Let's see, that's Virginia. The National Weather Service issues a severe thunderstorm warning for Greene, Jefferson, Washington, Blount, Unicoi, Cocke, and Sevier County. So we still have this line right here. This line right here is still going to be tracking into Sevier County, into Cocke County, and eventually into the mountains of North Carolina. Same with you folks in Loudoun County. So what's going on in Loudoun right now heads up Madisonville and Tellico Plains, and this is all going to be heading your way. What's happening in Spring City and Dayton heads up Athens. This is all going to be heading your way here as well. So now again, sure, we have a chance for a few more strong thunderstorms. Now, it's not over yet, unless I've called out your county. But if you're joining us from the mountain counties where you see the blinking yellow, those are severe thunderstorm warnings. That's where we continue to have incredible amounts of rain. And the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms. When you look at the rainfall totals, precip, of course, our rainfall rates have been excess of upwards of 7, 5, 6, 7 inches per hour. When you look at our rainfall over the last 12 hours, you can see where some of the heaviest rain has fallen right along Interstate 40 from the 75-40 split all the way into downtown, the West Hills area. Some of that rainfall has been estimated upwards of over 2 to 2.5 inches of rainfall. Over towards Midway and Kodak, about 2 to 2.5 inches of rainfall there as well. That's where we've seen some of the heaviest rain. And all the way up towards Jefferson County and north of Douglas Lake, Bainbury area picking up about 2.5 inches of rain. So that's kind of where the bullseye. We had a very heavy downpours right along Interstate 40 and along Interstate 81. Of course, the rain is just getting going across the mountain counties and will continue. And as it does so, it's going to continue to pick up some of the heaviest rain. So when I expand the view, you really have a good idea on where we've seen some of the heaviest rainfall around town. The darker shades of green, the heavier rain, the lighter shades of blue, lighter rain. But again, the heaviest rain continues in and around this area and will continue to swing its way into the mountain counties, southeast. And so, again, some of the storms are still kind of working their way this way to the north and east, but the general idea is the storms are moving to the southeast. And eventually will move their way into North Carolina. And it is still, my friends, still an incredible lightning show out there right now. So let's go ahead and take you back to what you're looking at here is that's Fox Road Marina. It's a lightning show going on in West Knoxville right now. We'll switch over to a couple of other camera views. All right, so now we've got a lightning show showing up in the southern parts of town. So, whoa, hey, look at that one. That is KMNV Monroe County Airport looking off to the southeastern sky. So this is looking towards all the storms that are blasting through parts of Monroe County. So right here. So the storm is right over Madisonville, but what we're looking at is on the screen with that lightning, we're looking at all this, that, and that. And that's the airport right in Madisonville. So an incredible lightning show. We've got 133 lightning strikes just in that vantage point right there over the last, I believe that's over the last 5 minutes. Now watch this. I'm going to take this all the way up to the last hour. Okay. Look at all the lightning that we've had. I mean, look at all the lightning that's been showing up with these storms. Over the last hour, we've had 3,600 lightning strikes in this storm. Over the last hour. Is that not incredible? So you can really get an idea, and you can get an idea of how tall those lightning strikes are. And the taller they are, the more intense the storms are. You can't see that on screen. I apologize for that. Let's go back to this. And this will give you a cool perspective on all the lightning. So we've got incredible amounts of lightning, Tellico Plains, Indian Boundary, Lenoir City, up towards, say, Farragut and Oak Ridge. Now, of course, this is over the last hour, so let me switch this again, and we'll come down to last 30 minutes. That's lightning over the last 30 minutes. So there we go. There's all your lightning over the last 30 minutes. Incredible lightning show that's taking shape. That, of course, we've been able to share with you with those East Tennessee weather cameras, i.e. KMNV Monroe County Airport. Whoa. Intense lightning show that's still ongoing with severe thunderstorm warnings that are ongoing. Sevierville, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, up towards the National Park. Newport, you're not technically in a severe thunderstorm warning, but intense lightning still showing up in your area. Same with you folks around Douglas Lake and Dandridge. An intense lightning show showing up there as well. If you're joining us from Greenville towards Mohawk, Bulls Gap, Morristown, Bean Station, Rogersville, Bailington, you can now go to bed. Is everything moved out of Scott County? Scott County, you can go to bed. Hardin Valley, you can go to bed as well. Let me double check that. Hardin Valley, intense rain right now. I would say that you can go to bed. You currently are not under a severe thunderstorm warning. You're in Bearden. West Hills, Bearden area, I would say you could probably go to bed too. Kodak. I would say Kodak, you can probably go to bed. Maryville, hang tight. Hang tight in Maryville. You're still under a severe thunderstorm warning in Maryville. Dustin, is it incredible over there in Seymour? Well, there's Seymour, buddy, right in the center of your screen. It's all around you over the last hour. It's all around you. But yeah, we've got intense lightning over the last hour from Holston Hills to Thorn Grove, Midway, Douglas Lake to Dandridge, Sandy Ridge, all those places. Intense lightning just showing up with this storm. Now you're looking at lightning over the last 5 minutes. We'll do the last 10 minutes. There's your lightning over the last 10 minutes. So we've got 93 lightning strikes, 95 lightning strikes in this viewpoint anyways, over the last 10 minutes. But again, if you switch that over to 30 minutes, you can really see how much lightning is really out there. 453 lightning strikes, 476 in these vantage points. Again, Maryville, hang tight. The wind front just passed through Maryville. Spicy start to the day, is it? All right, National Weather Service issues a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. Hold on. For Blount and Monroe County. Blount and Monroe County. Hang on. Let's get right back to that. All right, so here's a severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued right around Indian Boundary. This has a tornado tag on it. So it's a severe thunderstorm warning until 3:45 for Blount and Monroe County. It's just clipping Blount County, just on the other side of Calderwood, and just on the other side, anyways, of the Dragon 129. But if we were to see something fire up as a tornado, it would be a little bit further to our south. Right over Indian Boundary is where we have our rotation showing up. All right, we need to watch this one real close. So I'd say heads up. Let's see. Now it's going to move its way over into North Carolina. So right here, this is the cell right here on the screen that will eventually move its way over Indian Boundary into North Carolina. So anybody joining us from North Carolina, Fontana Village area, heads up. We do have a strong thunderstorm. We get some inflow coming in here. The outflow coming on the backside of that. That's where your rotation is going to be. There are no current tornado warnings at this point of the game. So Blount, Monroe County, that's that severe thunderstorm warning. That's the cell we're talking about there. National Weather Service has put a tornado tag on it. This runs until 3:45. At 3:25, a severe thunderstorm was located 15 miles west of about 15 miles southeast of Madisonville, moving east at 55 miles per hour. It is radar indicated. It includes places like Sitico, Deals Gap, and Smoky Mountains 20 Mile Creek. So we got to watch that one real close, but it's moving into a very mountainous terrain right now. So hopefully that's the case and it stays that way. In the meantime, incredible amounts of lightning. Look at all the lightning showing up. When you tilt it on its side, look at all that lightning. I mean, it has been a lightning show out there for sure. And still ongoing. Seymour, you are not in a severe thunderstorm warning. You were just outside of the severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, if you live in Powell, Clinton, Carnes, Oak Ridge, you're good to go to bed. Or get up and get your day started. Either way. Good night, Danita. Corrington is fine. Let's see here. Yeah, Corrington, you're fantastic. Thank goodness for that. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. Kodak, you can go to bed. Kodak, you're in the clear. Good night, Kodak. Good night, Kodak. Newport is good. Del Rio is not good. Anybody along Interstate 40, 321, Incott County from Sevier County. You got to hang tight a little bit longer. Harriman is good to go. Harriman, you can go to bed. Kingston is good to go. Kingston, you can go to bed. Fountain City, you're good to go. Just heavy rain, lots of lightning. Power's out in Greenville. Thanks so much, Elise. I appreciate that. So Eric McCord says, good night. So about 3,200 of an inch of rain so far. And probably not a ton more left. Power is out in Rockwood, Roane County. Thanks, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Power's out in South Knoxville. Again, we talked about this morning and over the last couple of days. All right, the National Weather Service has canceled. All right, let's go back to this for just a second longer. The National Weather Service has canceled parts of the tornado watch, so I might as well give you that data. All right, here's what we have left for a tornado watch. This still runs in effect until 4 a.m. Cumberland County still have a tornado watch across Cott County, Sevier County, Blount, Monroe County, all the way down into Polk County. That does also include McMinn County, as well as Bradley County, as well as Hamilton, Marion, Sequatchie, Bledsoe, Ray Meigs, and Cumberland County. And then you go up into Upper East Tennessee, still have a tornado watch in effect for Unicoi, Carter, as well as Johnson County. And all of this runs for another 27 more minutes. So we still have to watch out as the National Weather Service has canceled everything else except those counties. You're welcome, Chris. Can Dandridge go to bed? Let's go check out Dandridge for you. I believe so. I believe I already called Dandridge out. Danielle, hold on a second. Dandridge, you can go to bed. All right, I appreciate you, Mark. Hey, listen, all. If you don't have the East Tennessee Weather app, download it. Scan that QR code. Log onto your app store and search East TN Weather, all one word. Or go to my website, easttnweather.com. You can download the East Tennessee Weather app. It gives you a wealth of weather information, and many of you may be experiencing that tonight. With a slew of severe thunderstorm warnings We've got dangerous storms approaching. I did live severe weather coverage. I got the severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued for my current location. I got lightning data. So it is a wealth of weather information, and it is 100% free. So if you're joining me on Facebook or YouTube and you don't have my app yet, well, maybe tonight's a good reason to download it. And if you like it, please share with everybody you know, friends, coworkers, family members. Get them to download the East Tennessee Weather app. Once you start using it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I didn't design it, but it is hands down my favorite weather app. Not because it's mine, because it works, and it works well. But remember that you have to have location services turned on and notifications turned on for it to really work, no matter where you are in the entire country. And it works around the world too, by the way. No power in Luttrell. Any more storms in Kodak? Kodak, no, you're good to go to bed. You should be just fine. Kingston's good. Trying to catch up on chat here. Sorry about that, folks. Got your app and sent stars. Thanks, Rich. I appreciate you. Give a big shout out to Rich. And all of you. This is for all of you as well tonight. All right, let's tone down that lightning. That lightning is a little too crazy right now. All right. Strongest cells, when you look at lightning over the last 5 minutes, is going to be just outside of Madisonville. That's where we have about 202 lightning strikes in the last 5 minutes from Von Orr, just outside of Madisonville, Tallahassee, Lanier, and over into North Carolina. We've got quite a bit of lightning showing up near Pigeon Forge, Townsend, Wallen, Wildwood, where we still have severe thunderstorm warnings right now. So let's talk about those for a brief moment of time. Severe thunderstorm warning continues until 3:45. So for 9 more minutes for Unicoi County, Greene County, Cott County, Sevier County, Blount County, and that is it. A couple more severe thunderstorm warnings, and we should be able to wrap things up for the night. You're very welcome, Nettie. I just saw you following you on Facebook. Yay, Chris! Chris, do you have the East Tennessee Weather app? Betty's got it. There we go. Alcoa is, let's go check in on Alcoa. So Alcoa and Rockford still technically in a severe thunderstorm warning, but at this point of the game, I think you should just go to bed. Can Athens go to bed? Athens, you can go to bed. Athens is good to go. I mean, we've got a tornado watch that's still in effect for 23 more minutes. Got a couple more severe thunderstorm warnings that will expire here in about 8 minutes. And I think the majority of the storms are done for the night. Ariana, thank you for your outstanding coverage. You're very welcome. How about Benton, south of Etowah? Are we in the clear? I believe you are. You are in the clear. Now, of course, let me switch over to the other radar here. This will give you a better depiction. There we go. So we still have some strong storms just outside of Athens and Bakewell, just to the southeast of Dayton and Spring City, moving towards the Madisonville, Tellico Plains. Does the National Weather Service still issue a severe thunderstorm warning with that? Maybe. Maybe. We've got a BTI of a 4 on that. So we still have some spin in the atmosphere. And remember, we still have that tornado watch. So we still have to watch a couple of storms, but no warnings on those right now. That should be in Iota at 346, Sweetwater at 354, Madisonville at 359, and Philadelphia at 401. Again, a BTI is a Barron Tornado Index. That's my in-house weather computer. It's called the Barron computer. And they've got their own tornado index. Remember, I've told you the weather computer I use and the app that comes from our weather computer company is a robust severe weather app. This company started off as a severe weather company with radar. Hands down, the best radar you can get. The app does very similar stuff as my radar does here, where you can look at skits, you can look at tracks, you can time things out, you can get a forecast and a future cast of 2 hours. Plus, of course, if you want to, I do daily forecast weather updates 3 times a day, put them on social media, and also put them on the app. Doesn't mean you have to watch them all the time. Yeah, a lot of people just watch them when the weather matters, which is a-okay with me, but the weather information is always at your fingertips with the app. You can't always rely on social media. It's great and all, but if Facebook falls apart tomorrow for some crazy reason, because you know how things work in this world, where do you get your weather information? You got to come to the app. You got to come to easttnweather.com. That's going to be the only place if social media kicks the bucket one day. What about Saudi Daisy? Let's see. Saudi Daisy, I believe, is okay. Let's double check on that. Saudi Daisy, you still have a special weather statement, and just to the south of you, you've got a storm that's got a BTI of a 4.3. Hail size is upwards of 3/4 inch diameter. It is tracking to the east at 54 miles per hour. This would include places like Lakeside, Cleveland, Charleston, and Calhoun, all within the next 15 minutes. Maryville, let's check in on Maryville again. I think Maryville is a-okay. Let's do there. Maryville, you're good. Go to bed. Let's double check National Weather Services radar. Okay, so Maryville, yeah, you're good to go to bed in Maryville. It is in the App Store or just here. I'll put the link right here, Christopher. www.easttnweather.com. Click on my website. Click on that link I just put into the chat. That will take you to my website. I've got links for Android and iPhone right there at the top of the website, or just go to your app store and search East TN Weather, all one word. I think if you type East Tennessee Weather in as well, just look for the orange TN and the white lightning bolt. That's all you need. It's everything you need for weather here in East Tennessee. Broadcast every day, 7 days a week, do 3 forecast updates a day, do live severe weather coverage right there front and center on the app. And I do appreciate you. But again, I just want you to know that for some reason, I mean, you saw what happened with Twitter, right? Kind of kicked the bucket when things changed. Facebook could do the same thing. And if you fall off Facebook, if Facebook just drops us all, which they're likely not to do that, they make billions of dollars. But if they were, where do you get your weather information? East Tennessee Weather, right? Update on Sweetwater. Sweetwater, you're good to go to bed. Yes, you've got some storms around you. Yes, some heavy rains. Yes, some strong wind. But you should be good to go to bed. National Weather Service has issued Blount and Monroe and Sevier County a severe thunderstorm warning. So that would be for this one over Tallahassee, Happy Valley, Cades Cove. So here's the information on that. It is got a BTI, a Barron Tornado Index of 4.1, hail 3/4 inch in diameter, possible 100% chance of hail, 49 mile per hour is it's tracking to the east-northeast. We're talking places like Pumpkin Center, Tallahassee, Lanier, Chilhowie at 357, Happy Valley at 402, at least the strongest part of the storm. Of course, you're still getting stormy conditions right now, but the strongest part of the storm should be over your area. Look Rock Viewing Platform at 404, Top of the World 406, Blackberry Farm 410, and Cades Cove at 410 as well. Big shout out to Chris Hahn, one of the many 42, 43 Witcher weather watchers. We're storm spotters, helping you understand the weather, bring weather to you. If you're interested in becoming a storm spotter for East Tennessee Weather, it is easy to do so. All you have to do is take the virtual course with the National Weather Service for the Skywarn Storm Spotter program. Then you become part of the National Weather Service. You send me your certificate. I will add you to a private chat group, which is literally one of the first places I go when weather hits for information, because we cover all of East Tennessee, and these ladies and gentlemen are just out doing themselves every single day, helping us out. Chris was out driving around tonight. He's a Witcher weather watcher. It's all 100% free and voluntary, but it is much appreciated for myself, my environment, the business I'm building with East Tennessee Weather, and of course, above and beyond that, our community. If you're interested in becoming a Witcher weather watcher, hit me up, Mike at easttnweather.com. Mike at easttn, TN like the state of Tennessee, Mike at easttnweather.com if you're interested in something like that. What about Greenback? Let's go to Greenback. We'll go to Blount County here. So, oops. So Greenback, where are you, Greenback? Greenback. Greenback, you're good to go to bed. You just got a dangerous warning. What did the warning say? A danger storm is approaching. What county are you in, Christina? Saudi Daisy. Oh, okay. Let's go back down to Saudi Daisy. Well, we did have a potential tornado on that one, so it was a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado tag, but everything's good to go. What's up, Ben Luna? That's right, meteorologist life. Everybody, big shout out to Ben Luna this morning. I'm not quite sure what day it is, Ben, but yes, we've been going strong. Ben is responsible for getting me involved into doing this awesome platform for our community in East Tennessee. So big shout out to Ben Luna this morning. You're the man, my friend. You are the man. All right, Loudoun County. Let's go to Loudoun. Loudoun County, you can go to bed. Christopher. Yay, Chris. Just download. Now you got 3 ways to watch me. Well, don't forget I'm on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, as well as YouTube, so you can put that up on the big screen in your house. So go download the East Tennessee Weather app to Roku TV or Amazon Fire if you have either one of those. And you can always watch it on the big screen. It's a family-friendly way to get your weather information on a Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday. We broadcast 7 days a week to get you and your family off to work and school if you don't want to happen to watch the news. If you want to watch the news, great. But how can you send your certificate? Send it to my way, mike@easttnweather.com, Betty. If you want to become a Witcher Weather Watcher, by all means, we would love to have you part of the group. MB Beverly, I love it. Love it. Let's see, when are we good to go to bed? In Madisonville. Madisonville, you still have some strong storms over you. No severe thunderstorm warnings right now. This strongest part of this cell is going to be working its way towards Madisonville here at about 3:59. So about another 10 minutes or so. Philadelphia at 4:01, Von Orr at 4:07, and Tellico Village at 4:09, Greenback at 4:13. But generally speaking, that's where the skit is putting it. But generally speaking, again, let me just show you that the storm motion, for the most part, is, yes, a little easterly, but also a little southeasterly at the same time. So still a strong storm over Sweetwater, Nyota, Athens, stretching just to the north of Georgetown and Charleston and north of Etowah. But no severe thunderstorm warning on that one as it stands. We currently have a severe thunderstorm warning now for Blount, Monroe, and Sevier County. That does run until 4:30. 4:30, so we'll keep an eye on that one. That's moving its way into, and again, we showed you that just a second ago. Let me move this out of the way. So there's the timings on the screen. It's got a Barron Tornado Index of a 4.0, so a little bit on the higher side for sure, but I'm just not seeing much rotation with that, so we should be doing just fine. Yeah, getting a little bit of a hook on it, but I just, let's just take a look at it. I think we're good. All right, big picture. Let me just show you the big picture. We'll show you the motion here real quick. We'll take this over the last 30 minutes so you can kind of get an idea. We've got that easterly movement of the storms. So again, places like Maryville, Pigeon Forge, Newport, there's still a lot more rain to your west. Heavy rain, some wind-driven rain at that. A couple of severe thunderstorm, one severe thunderstorm warning left at this point of the game. It is just almost 4 o'clock in the morning, and we will continue to see things start to wind down here very shortly. Danger storm warning in McMinn County, lingering rain. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate you. We do have that storm. It is not severe thunderstorm warned, but it is, or it could be, a very dangerous storm with a lot of lightning showing up. Can you go to bed in Wartburg? Yeah, a long time ago, Megan. Go to bed. And good night to you. Sleep tight, sweet dreams. Bryson says, when do you think we'll have another chance for severe weather? Maybe Tuesday night and a Wednesday morning. So like in just a few days. No, surely, Dustin. Tri-Cities, you're good to go to bed. Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, hang tight. You're still under, well, you don't have a warning right now. Heavy rain, Maybe give it another few more minutes to see what these storms to your south and west do. But I would say for the most part, you're probably good to go to bed. Good morning or good night. Chunky nothing. Good morning, good night, depending. I hope everyone is staying safe. Is it good morning to you or is it good night to you? Will the app work when you're in PCB? Betty, let me show you something even better than that. And for those of you that may have just downloaded the East Tennessee Weather app, let me share how it works. All right, you open up the app. Here's what you get. You get your 1 minute with Witcher, top left-hand side of the screen. If you want your weather forecast only in 1 minute, you get that daily. I do one of those between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning, typically most days. Then you have your full forecast, your traditional news full forecast. But the better thing is it's not so traditional. Because while in the news business, you only get about 1 minute to 2 minutes to do weather, sometimes, like on stormy weather like today, I dive into the details, all of the details. So sometimes those forecasts can be 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes long, depending on how much we have to talk about. So you can get your forecast there. Yes, this was for, who said that? Betty. There we go, Betty. This is for you and for anybody else. If you're going to PCB or anywhere on vacation, whether it be the rest of spring, kids getting out of school, summer break, winter, whatever it may be, at the very top of the app, see where that little cursor right there? There's a little tiny plus sign. That address right there at the top of the screen is my home I grew up in. If you click on that, you can type in PCB, you can type in specific addresses, and if you have friends and family across the country, you have elderly parents you want to keep track of, you have kids that you want to keep track of that are at school, you can put in their specific locations right here in East Tennessee and be notified of inclement weather where they live. Or you're going on vacation. Here's what I say before you go on vacation. Let's type it in. You put in PCB, right? PCB. There it is, Panama City Beach. You clicked on that. Here's all your watches and warnings. Great. Okay, well, save that. It's saved. Now it's part of one of your 10 or 12 that you can add to the location. Let's go back, right? So now you come back and see this little bar right here? You slide it. See the very top where it says Knoxville? Watch this. You slide it. There's my old house. You slide it again. There's Daytona Beach. Slide it again. There's Panama City Beach. Now you can click on this and you get an entire forecast for Panama City Beach and you get the radar. Plus, while you're there, you will get watches and warnings issued by the National Weather Service. You get currents, daily forecasts, day parts, the radar. But what's cool is you set that in a week before you're going on vacation. This is what I do. You put it in a week before you're going on vacation so you can kind of get an idea of what the weather is going to be like where you're going on vacation. Then while you're on vacation, before you come back, you come and check with the full forecast or Witcher's 1 minute weather so you know what you're coming back to when you come back to East Tennessee. And like I said, you can keep track of anybody in the country right here at home on any alerts, and it's great. I've got a lot of UT parents that do follow me so they can keep an eye on their college kids who, you know how it is, most of them don't pay attention. The app is a wealth of weather information. It is going to help you out. I promise you that. And it is 100% free. You will never pay for weather information. Why? Because weather should be free. Because it's the one thing that we have all in common. It's the one thing that affects us every single day. And it is all supported by local sponsorships and businesses right here in our own backyard. So if you ever see them on my platforms, I would highly recommend you go in there, say hi, give them a high five, say thank you for the support for East Tennessee Weather, because without you, Mike Witcher wouldn't be where he is today. Or without Ben Luna, of course, who got me started. And my brother-in-law, who has done all my networking for what I do. Let's see, I'm a high school AV teacher. Audio video program starting in the fall. The technical side of this and your dedication are inspirational. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. My whole goal from the get-go was to be clean like Apple and flashy like YouTube. Give you traditional forecasts every day. I want you to have the information, but I'm also going to be here for you during severe weather coverage. Let's see, Michael. Yes, you did. Let's see. Newport, Edgemont area. Newport is good to go. We still have some heavier rain, so let's go back to this radar for a second. And we'll give you an idea of how this is all playing out. So Newport is right there in the center of your screen. So we still have some heavier rain showers showing up over Sevier County, Blount County, Loudoun, Monroe County. But I would imagine that, and the National Weather Service says, we're thinking the tornado threat is over. The storms in the Southern Valley will be watched for low in severe weather potential and any hydro issues, i.e. flooding, flash flooding, as the storms and rain poke down into the rain-soaked southern areas. The worst has passed us by. So while we still have one severe thunderstorm warning right now showing up for Blount, Sevier, and also Monroe County, that should be allowed to expire here shortly, and we should all be able to go to bed. 33 hundredths of an inch of rain and counting. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. What you talking about, Willis? Newport, you can go to bed. Justin says, just make sure that you have your location services turned on. Yes. Location services and notifications. Otherwise, the app is going to give you temperatures and stuff like that, but you're not going to get notifications for severe or inclement weather, which, of course, the East Tennessee Weather app gives you lightning notifications if lightning is recorded within 15 miles of your location, which is great during those summertime storms or when you're out not paying attention to the weather. It really helps you out. What is the email again? Mike@easttnweather.com. Betty, that's 100% it. Swirling in Englewood off of Highway 39, Wildwood, Walland area. So you are currently, let's double check on that. I believe you might still be in a warning. Wildwood, Walland, no, Walland's not in it. So severe thunderstorm warning currently for Wares Valley, Greenbrier, Elkmont, let's see, Klingman's Dome, Tremont, Cades Cove, Townsend, Happy Valley, Pumpkin Center, Tallahassee, Mount Zion, Acorn, Belltown, and Fagan. All has a severe thunderstorm warning until 4:30. Likely, we still have some strong thunderstorms. So there's one right over the Tallahassee, Calderwood area, moving over Chilhowie. But again, it really looks like this threat is going to really start to die down. Cleveland should be good to go, I believe. Yeah, Cleveland, you're good to go. Cleveland, you can go to bed. Let's see what's back off to your west here real quick. I mean, we still have some heavier rain back off to our west, but no severe thunderstorm warnings in Middle Tennessee. So, again, one more little warning left to go. And good night, Judy. And everybody should be good to go to bed here tonight. Knox County good. Knox County's great. Yeah, lightning is still going to be great. Good night, Chris. I added it to your Roku TV. Yay! What is that, 4 now? 4 different places you can watch me, Chris? Chris. Sorry if you don't like to go by Chris. Christopher. Still lightning crazy, and Alejandro says, in Farragut. Great. Join the crowd. Send me an email. Download the app. Follow the app instructions. You'll have that app, and you will, I would imagine, absolutely love it. Is the warning for McMinn County over? Yes. The warning for McMinn County is over. You can go to bed. Lost power in Athens. Sweetwater, you can go to bed. Tellico Plains, you can go to bed. Okay, we're gonna block you here, Roxanne. No, there's no cussing allowed here. So none of that. Come on. This is not that kind of environment. Oh, didn't mean to put that on. Sorry, people. If you don't want to be here, if you're going to cause problems, just don't be here. This is not the platform to be causing problems and cussing, okay? This is a family-friendly environment, so Roxanne, you're out. Not trying to be mean, but this is not the environment If I'm on your feed for some reason, get rid of me. Don't be cussing on my platform, please. Good night, Melissa. Sure hope you have a great night. Rockwood is good to go to bed. Yeah, buddy. Pigeon Forge. We still have a severe thunder. Pigeon Forge, you're fine. Go to bed. Tri-Cities, you can go to bed. Gatlinburg, just outside of you, still a severe thunderstorm warning, but all is well. That's right. That's right, Jason. Kick him off. I got to figure out how to kick that person off. I can't do it right here. But I probably should do it before we end this broadcast, because otherwise I won't be able to. But don't worry, we will get rid of that person ASAP. Anyways, if you like what you see, listen, I'm not asking for it at all, but if you go to my East TN weather page, I do have a donation page. You can buy me a cup of coffee, right? My coffee's empty. But I really appreciate the support that all of you have given me as we continue to progress through the night, through the days, the weeks, the months, the years together. Brittany says, I love the app so much better than others and Facebook, but use YouTube for the TV tonight. Great. You're watching from Cosby. That is awesome. Still some strong thunderstorms now still showing up. Tallahassee, Madisonville, Von Nor, Happy Valley. Still have that severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Monroe County, as well as Blunt and Sevier County that runs until 4:30. But again, things should be quieting down as the threat continues to die down. At this point of the game, Dustin, I got to roll over and just head right into the morning broadcast. I'll probably just record it. I don't think I'm going to be doing any sort of live weather updates this morning. So typically I do wake up with Witcher at 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays. But I'm going to roll right into an updated forecast to give people the forecast for the day. If you want to stick around right now, we can do that since things are starting to die down. I don't know if my show is even prepped, but we'll kind of go through a little bit of stuff. Let's see what we can give you. All right, here's the storm system. Here's your radar recap. You can see how it's really started to got its act together and slid its way on through. The line was really thin at first. Models did a pretty good job initially, thinking this was about the timing that initially that was supposed to really get going. And then earlier today and through the day, we saw the models starting to pick up speed, which typically these do pick up speed. However, some of the original models were spot on. Heavy rain now, cold front back off to our west. Not going to see any showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. We're actually going to see quite a bit of sunshine before the day is over. That's a view over the last 3 hours across the state. And right here in East Tennessee, that's the view that we've been seeing. So a slew of severe thunderstorm warnings with a couple of tornado warnings. Tornado watch continues here until 4 o'clock. Yep, nope, there we go. Yay! Tornado watch has been canceled. Strawberry Plains, you can go to bed. So let's see. Here's your future cast. Okay, got a good handle on the rain showers out there right now. Here's some great news. Look at that. Noon today, abundant sunshine. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Morning low temperatures. It's mild. It's muggy out there. We're currently in the 50s and low to mid 60s. Through the day today, we're going to see those winds. That's Sunday. Hold on. Let me change this. Now, see, now I'm not ready for my morning show. So here's your forecast for the day today. When we're talking wind speeds, so winds are going to be cranking all day. They'll start to relax overnight tonight, and expect lighter wind throughout the day tomorrow. Forecast high temperatures today. It's weird to say that. Anyways, upper 70s to low to mid 80s. So it's still going to be an above average day today. The wind is going to be cranking. The sun's going to be shining. And then as we look at your forecast ahead over the next 7 days, there actually is another chance for a couple of isolated strong to severe thunderstorms Tuesday into Wednesday. Tuesday into Wednesday, I think there's a chance for some strong thunderstorms. So we'll keep an eye on that. Rainfall amounts over the next 7 days. I mean, obviously, as many of us have picked up 1 to 2 inches of rain already. Maybe could see another 1 to pockets of 2 inches before the week is over. and your 7-day forecast, and then we'll kind of wrap things up here this morning. Chance for a couple of passing showers on Sunday, not a big deal. Same with your Monday. I think Tuesday into Wednesday. That's supposed to be Tuesday into Wednesday. See, that's even wrong. So we'll come here. There we go. See how fast I can move things on my graphics on the fly. All right, so Tuesday into Wednesday, a chance for some isolated strong thunderstorms. And then take a look at those temperatures, will you? Temperatures by Thursday, 68 degrees. Could be on the cooler side. Refreshing, though. Refreshing. Not the mugginess. We'll get to the mugginess once we get into the summer months. And that pocket of cool air, well, maybe sticking around from the 23rd to the 27th and all the way to the end of the month till my birthday. By the way, my birthday is May 31st, just an FYI. All right. I think that is all we are going to do here for the night tonight. We'll go back to the radar for just a quick moment of time. Again, we still have some strong thunderstorms. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for Tallahassee, Happy Valley, Townsend, just outside of Gatlinburg. That runs until 4:30 this morning. Let me switch over to a different radar. There we go. And we still have some stronger thunderstorms down towards Madisonville, Nyota, Athens, Calhoun. But the storms will be fading. The rain will eventually come to an end. And the sun will be shining with a rather windy day today. Boy. Don't forget to scan that QR code right there in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. Big shout out to all the local sponsors that help keep East Tennessee Weather up and running. That's the only way we operate. So I know I have to have commercials from time to time, and I apologize for that. If I was a millionaire, maybe I wouldn't have commercials. I'd give it to you for free. It is still free. But we need to make some money around here, right? So give my sponsors a shout out if you ever need to use them. If you're ever looking for somebody, check them out. Check them out on my platform. Because maybe it's somebody that you could actually use. And if you ever use anybody on my platform, tell them that you saw them on East Tennessee Weather and Mike Witcher. I really would appreciate that. Let them know that they're doing a good job. And then I'm doing a good job supporting them as well. Oh, man, what a night. After nights like this, how am I supposed to go to bed now? My wife's going to be getting up and going to work here real soon. My friends, you are amazing. MB Beverly, you just got the app. That's amazing. Edwin, how are you, my friend? All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with a live view from KMNV Monroe County Airport because you know what? We still got a lot of lightning out there. Enjoy the views. I'll see you throughout the day today. But no live update. We're just going to record one and put that on the app itself. Have a great day.